see if I can find it real quick here on the.
Somebody please think of the children.
You know what happens when you're on location? You have all kinds of screw ups, and that was a huge screw up. I thought we had gone live.
Location.
Yeah, I thought I prematured going live. I mean, it's been one of those nights, and so I thought we went live and we were doing the opening, and that was damn funny. I don't know why I'm explaining this to people because I didn't see it, but hey, Marty, how you doing?
Yeah, for all you people that didn't see the error, we'd like to explain to you in detail the error that we just committed starting the show, because we're all about transparency here. It's all about transparency. We want to make sure that you know how incompetent we truly are when we do this show. We're not just some slobs off the street. No, we're professional incompetence. That's right. None of this doing it slipshod or any old way you want to.
And if you had seen it, guys, it was great. It was the best opening ever. It really was.
It was beautiful.
We lost it. We lost the whole
I cried.
thing.
There was a tear right
here. Like you're not live after that great opening that we had and all those wonderful ideas, but no, gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you got 25 Calico Cats to do a can dance across the screen, I'll never figure out. And
we did. We were there, and it happened. And it was great.
Wasn't even AI. It was just just cats off the street coming in to sign the petition. And then we said, well, you're a cat. You're not registered to vote in Oregon, so you can't sign. Sorry about that.
We told him to go. We said no.
Cats are not allowed.
But we do have people coming down to the headquarters to sign the petitions to stop the gas tax.
That was really cool. We had 2 people show up who saw my live stream on Facebook, and I thought, wow. I thought my mom and my dad were the only 2 people who watched that. So it was really nice to see there was actually 2 other people who saw that and came down here and visited us. We have the petition here right now at the Republican headquarters, and you can sign to stop the gas tax. If you're getting McDonald's or at Walgreens, come on over here. We're at Broadway and Newmark. We're back in the corner here behind McDonald's, right next to Breeze. We've got a religious sign up above the headquarters, the Zion Baptist Church. We don't have any association with the Zion Baptist Church, but you know what? Good for them. We still have their sign. We're going to have to replace that. I don't know what we're going to replace it with.
We'll
Signs
figure
are
it out.
expensive.
We'll figure it out.
Signs are expensive.
They are.
They are.
They are.
So,
but we're here tonight. And it's great to have people come out and join us because, guys, we're trying to get 100,000 signatures in less than 30 days to stop. But, I'm sorry, but when you take those taxes and you double them for registration and title, who can afford that? Yeah. I'm sorry, guys, that's just ridiculous. And for young families that have children, that's food money. You can't be doing that kind of stuff. And then on the gas tax, Rod, wasn't it 10 cents more? So it's 35 cents now, and they want to add 10 cents to it. Is that right?
No, it's 6 cents. It's 42 cents, isn't it? And they want to add 6 cents. I know
it's 10 cents, but I can't remember. At the meeting that I watched last night, and they're sending the brochures, and we should have those right away.
We are going to get a bunch of brochures and flyers, and and I actually probably could put one up on the screen. But the whole point is that we have, according to the meeting I was in last night, there are already over 4,000 volunteers working this petition right now.
Cool.
If we got 4,000 volunteers. All we have to do is each one of those volunteers has to get 25 signatures. Boom, that's it. So that's how you get to 100,000. It's a sprint. We got to get this done in the least amount of time as possible so we can get the signatures in so they can side check them and make sure that we got things that look legit and are legit. And we only need 78,000 signatures, but we're shooting for 100,000 because every single time you do one of these things, they're going to come up with some reason to throw some of these signature sheets out. So the more the merrier. But
Mhm.
I mean, I'm on X, you're seeing posts all over the place where people already have places gathering signatures all over the state. And
Right.
so it's, we're off to a good start. Like they said, it's a sprint. And,
Yeah.
and we'll get more information as it comes along. There'll be a video up soon of how you too can be a signature gatherer, what it takes, what's the rules, what's the regulations, how do you do this so it's clean, it's pure, it's correct. So, you know, this is, basically we're on day one, and we
What
want to get
video are
this.
you talking about?
Well, last night we were all together on
Yeah.
a Zoom video call with Ed Deal. And they showed us their PowerPoint and their video and everything that they had is coming out to everyone. So soon we'll be able to share it with everyone. And they had 3 or 4 talking points that were quite significant. And they said one other thing was within the bill, the way it's written right now, there's a couple of advantages and that maybe they could redo it. It's just the amount of money that's in the bill is too much.
Yeah.
Oregon
Yeah.
can't afford it.
They were essentially going after the most onerous parts of this bill. They didn't do the whole bill. They just did most of the onerous parts, which are, doubling your DMV fees and raising the gas tax and, a few other odds and ends. And so the whole
Right.
point is that, we're trying to get this to get put on the ballot so it will be a vote of the people as opposed to an emergency dictatorial demand from the Queen of Oregon, Tina Kotek. So
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that probably on Monday, but I think the most important part is that we have to focus on getting this part of the repeal done. This is what we got. This is on our plate, and we need the signatures to do it. And this is why we're pushing for it. So I feel like I'm a crazy man sitting out here late at night with, well, I got the good company
The
of Diane.
petition man, the
Yeah.
petition
The
man,
petition man.
the
you know what I mean?
petition
Marty,
team. We're here.
if Marty
Help
was
us,
here,
help
he'd
us.
be
Come
here
sign.
too.
Bring
Yeah.
your
yeah,
signatures
I know.
down.
I mean, I'm
Let's
doing it
stop the
virtually
gas
because I'm in.
tax. Come on. We can't do this alone. Rob and Diane are here. We'll have a good time. Come on down. We'll tell a joke. Sign
Yeah.
your name and take care of business. Let's get this done. We've got
What,
to change
Marty?
Oregon. Each of us
Yeah.
has to do it.
Yeah, and I was just saying that Rob and I have been doing these pop-up booths in the headquarters for quite a while, and it's like, wow, I'm doing this virtually because I'm in Los Angeles at the moment, but it's like we've been haunting the headquarters for quite a while, and it's like we are now getting people that are using Sign Up Genius so that they can also join us at the headquarters. So we'll have pretty much a permanent location. We just need to get volunteers to come staff the location. And you can see the deluxe accommodations we got going on right now. We got
It's
the elephant
nice.
in the back of the room. We've got chairs. We've got a refrigerator. We got snacks. I mean, what
We
more
have
can you
an
ask for?
elephant.
I
Okay.
know.
Yeah, we got a big red elephant. I mean, how much more would you want out of life? And
That's right.
so,
The kids love it.
yeah, the kids love it. We do need to get a big screen TV back here so we can bring people into the meeting.
Yes.
People want to be able to participate. They can participate.
I'll bring my widescreen down. I've got a projection. I'll bring my projection down. We can mount it in the ceiling.
No. We got someone who has a projection.
We have
No.
power right there. We could put it to that wall.
No, I was probably going to use that bookcase file cabinet over there.
Yeah.
I think I was going to use it for like a stand or a
Well,
big
that
TV.
would work. You could bring that in and take it back.
Yeah, I could bring
And
that
not
right
have
over
to do
here.
anything but an extension cord
But-
for a minute.
No, I can just put it back there permanently. That thing's heavy.
Oh, I see. Where would you have it? Well, we'll figure that out.
We'll figure that out.
You know what? I have
Or,
faith in
or
you.
we can put it on the wall. What do you
No,
think,
I will
Marty?
bring
We
it
should
down.
put it
It's
on
just
the
in my
wall.
closet. You can put it up and use it. Sure.
Yeah, put it up on
Oh,
the
yeah,
wall. Let's place it.
Yeah, there we
There
go.
we go.
I think we ought to have somebody donate a 110-inch TV that we can hang on the wall. Yeah, that's
I
it.
tell you, my
there.
daughter bought a 55-inch.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It's just like
Yeah.
being inside. People are as big as I
Yeah.
am.
I was
Yeah.
I was at Costco today, and they had some TVs that were actually larger than the room that we call the TV room now. And I'm like, there's no place to put that, much
Yeah.
less much less be able to watch it. I mean, you'd have to be sitting in the next room because if you're too close to a TV, you can't really watch it when it's that big. So, but at the same time, I'm in there just going, oh my goodness, this TV is like, 5 feet tall and 10 feet wide. I remember back in the days when we had console TVs that weighed like 500 pounds and the screen was like maybe 12 inches across. So I guess I'm aging myself there. We were like the first,
When I
first people
when
in
I
our
had my
neighborhood that had
bar,
color
we
TVs.
had a 35-inch box TV. The whole thing was a cabinet, and it was a
Yeah.
wow.
But
People
those
would be
things were huge
excited.
and heavy, and
Oh,
that's the
Yeah.
ones you had to attach to your roof, right? That big ones.
unbelievable!
Yeah,
Yeah.
those things were huge. I always, you saw them and thought, I feel sorry for the person underneath it when that thing gives in.
Hey, we got rid of it. As
Did
soon
ya?
as minute that was like number one thing, it went. I got the projection television I'll bring down here because it's wonderful.
Okay.
You just put it on a wall, or we had a screen that dropped down, and then
Yeah.
you played it and went back up. It was great.
So when you say it's a projection TV, what can you hook to it?
Anything. Run it from a
Anything.
computer, or
Yeah.
you can hook it up to live stream anything. It's a
Live
Sony.
stream is really
Yeah.
important. That would be a good one
Yeah.
for the meetings, the Zoom meetings, and
And it
the
has the remote, and you can just
yard
do
stream.
whatever you need to do.
That'd be really cool.
I'll bring it down. You hook it up. I don't know anything about it. I just own it. I don't know how to do it.
And I got a Roku I could donate because I just retired my Roku streaming video player to get Roku version 2 or whatever the heck it is I just got. But
Yeah.
so, and it's the size of a book of matches. You just plug it into an HDMI cable, you plug it into a wall, it does everything Wi-Fi. It actually knows it knows about the Wi-Fi.
Well, that's what we need, Marty.
Yeah, it knows about the Wi-Fi hub you have in the corner of that room because that was
Yeah.
part of my setup as well. So
I think that's what we'd need for it too. Because I know that I had it hooked to the internet when I had the bar, and then I just hook it together. So it would have to have something like you're talking about. There you go. We'll make it happen.
there we go.
We'll win. We can.
So the group that actually this isn't the group. The group behind it is another group. This is a No Tax Oregon. I don't think this is its own pack. I think this was just this. I don't know why they created this because they created another one called StopTheGasTax.com.
Yeah,
And-
They
explained
feed
that
into
last
it.
night.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I missed the
They
good
explained
portion of
that.
that
You
meeting.
did.
And why don't
Yeah.
you explain it to us, Marty?
Yeah, basically what they did is they created the pack, and the No Tax Oregon is in one pack, and then the what was the other one you mentioned? The Stop the Gas Tax or whatever
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
called.
Yeah.
That's another pack as well. And if you go to Stop the Gas Tax, it actually redirects to No Tax Oregon anyway. So, but they had to create a new pack because of something. The Secretary of State didn't like something about how the original pack was set up. So they created a new pack that followed whatever rinky-dink rule they wanted. But so now they've got two packs. Two packs are better than one, I guess. So
Two
and
packs
then-
are better than one.
Whatever it takes this time to stop this before it starts. We've got to have a vote on this. We need to decide if everybody feels like it's a good idea and they can afford it, great. But if they can't, they need to vote no. So
That's just a
need
horrible
that
close-up for
opportunity.
me. Ick.
Yeah, but when I go down to the where was I? Right there.
Yeah, there you go. See, that doesn't look
Yeah,
too bad.
I didn't want to cut you off because I thought that was rude, and so
Well,
I
I
got
don't know. I think I'd rather be cut off than have like, a huge picture of my nose hairs or something. So,
Well, see, I thought that would have been rude too. You know what I mean? I didn't want to. Hey, you're butt ugly, and get off my screen, man.
Marty.
But then
hey,
I
you
look at
invited
myself
me.
and I go, "Who's that old man on there too? Kick him off." Wait, that's me.
And then the granny in the corner. We're all just uglies. I don't know.
Yeah.
It happens.
Don't worry. When it goes live, it goes through a filter.
Oh,
Special
good.
Oh, is that
We're
it?
hoping for that.
Yeah,
Good
Yeah.
really.
grief.
Oddly enough, I'm looking at it on one of the streams, and I'm like, yeah, no.
Not buying it, huh? Okay.
Oh, well. It is what it is. It is what it is. But let's make a mark on the world. Come on, guys. Come on down and sign these petitions. This is for your kids. It's for your family. I mean, there's your Christmas right there.
Yeah, let's see. It's so here's the gas tax, right to vote on the gas tax. Let's go through this sucker. On September 30th, 2025, the Oregon legislature approved HB 3991, which is a 4.3 billion gas wage tax bill. Here are the three taxes in detail. Raises gas tax 15%. Wow. From 40 cents to 46 per gallon. So it did go 6 cents. Oregon is already among the top 12 highest gas tax states. Increases payroll wage tax 100%, increases statewide transit payroll wage tax from 0.1% to 0.2%. Doesn't sound like a lot, but when you got many people are doing that, it adds up.
It's huge. It's huge.
Doubles many DMV fees, vehicle title fee from 77 to 216. Wow. Vehicle fee from 43 to 85, utility trailer or light trailer fees from 63 to 105, moped and motorcycle fees from 44 to 86. Higher costs for families. The total cost of these tax fee increases will add $600 in higher costs for many Oregon families. And that's why we're doing this, folks. We're here wasting our time on a Friday night.
Look, it's Friday night. We could be out at the mill. What the heck?
At the mill.
We could
be.
Actually, I'd be in bed sleeping
There
right
you
now.
go.
But I could be sleeping, but I'm here
Whatever,
on a
but we're
Friday
here.
night. I was
Because we're
hoping,
trying to help
everyone was
who we get.
contacting me saying, "Where is the petition? Where is it?" And now I'm here, and it's like I did get two people. We got two people who brought their
Well,
family
no,
out.
we got more than that. We got
Oh,
three.
yeah, it's three
You're
because
right,
that
yeah.
young lady
And then
was
we
19,
signed. We have
wasn't she?
5 people, ladies and gentlemen. We have 5
Okay.
signatures.
Well, there we
on
go.
the petitions, and we have an additional 3 on each of the toll booth and the vote by mail. And both of those are really important because, if they put in a toll booth on the North Bend Bridge, we're all going to have a lot of problems with this. And let's stop it before it happens. We don't want any of our friends in Hauser to have a problem when they come over to visit each day to work in Coos Bay. It's just not a good idea, and we can't allow the governor to just do all these things. So let's stop it. The only way we can do it is if you guys come down and sign this paper. So come on down.
Yeah. and
Marty,
then
can you scroll the screen? Are you able to do that?
What, scroll your screen? No, I don't think so. You can scroll your screen, but I think I would have to share my screen to be able to scroll my screen.
Okay. So let me go back to this. Tips on gathering signatures. Signature eligibility. Voters from any Oregon county can sign any signature sheet, and you don't have to be signing from the county that you live in to be eligible. You can live anywhere in Oregon as long as you're an Oregon registered voter. And if you're gathering signatures, make sure that's the first question you ask. Are you registered to vote in Oregon? I don't know how many times I've gotten people from Nevada, Illinois. I mean, it's pretty sad. We one year we were collecting recalls for Brown, and there was like 4 guys signing up. They were all telling us how they hated Brown and stuff. And then when they signed, I looked down. I go, "Wait a minute, you're from Illinois?" And yeah, it was. Oh, we didn't know we had to be from Oregon. It was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
we
but I
got
thought the rules
four.
for voting in Oregon were like, if you think you might want to live in Oregon at some point in your life, or you thought of Oregon as your home, then it's okay.
Not even.
So you have to keep a petition text with a petition sheet, and
And we have them.
I have that actually.
We have
I thought they were
numerous
printed.
copies.
It's actually
I have
printed
the.
on the back of those sheets last I checked. So there
Oh,
you
is it? I had the whole.
Well, this one's different, Marty, because it's two-sided, so we can't just hook it on
Okay.
the back.
This is
It's a
the.
big one.
Yeah, I think this is the bill.
It's really big.
And it's the House Bill 3991. And you have to have that if you're gathering no signatures. So make sure and get that right. Uh-oh.
Yeah, so you just need to have that sheet with you and available if somebody wants to read it. Because basically what they're saying is as part of the legal process, you have to have the ability, somebody has to have the ability to read it so
Yep.
that they understand what they're signing. Most people already know, so it's, but it's part of the crossing the T's and dotting the I's portion of the program where we need that information to be handy if somebody needs to see it. I mean, the same thing. We've got the same thing with the NVBM stuff. We've got the same thing with the no tolls without voting thing. I mean, it's every single one of our petitions has this. When we were doing the recall Kotek, we had it as well, and it's just basically that's part of the whole, petition signature gathering, fun time that we have.
So what's going on with Recall Kotek? Give us an update on that.
Marty, do you know the story?
Last I heard, they haven't turned anything in yet because they're still working on getting it. They're going to court to get it extended because of how the petition how the instructions from the Secretary of State made it sound as if you could only sign in the county where you lived. So you couldn't sign, if you were down from Portland hanging out in Bandon, you couldn't sign because you had to sign while you're in Portland. And so they're basically not turning in the signatures until they get that clarified and the deadline is extended. And that's the last scuttlebutt I heard. Now, is it 100% accurate? I don't know. I always try to be accurate, but sometimes maybe not so much.
That's the story I heard.
Yeah, and then you guys, and maybe not you two, but people will be there, Chris probably, tomorrow morning starting at 8 o'clock, because every Saturday morning it's Coffee with Conservatives at the HQ. So from 8 to 11, there'll be coffee and probably donuts and snacks and people that will have discussions, but you can also sign. So bring a lot of friends. And
Diane will be there with Chris tomorrow morning. So yes.
Yep.
I will be here.
We've got several people bringing donuts, so don't worry about the donuts. We're going to be pretty donut rich tomorrow. But yeah,
we attract donuts. That's all there is to it, and that's a good thing. Come and eat donuts.
It's my body shape. They see me.
I have become a donut
that
too.
Guy likes
yeah,
donuts.
there you
He's
go.
got
Bring
an
a few
elephant.
donuts.
Yeah,
there you go.
Come on out, sign the petition, and that's the best part about this. And we also got the tolling petition, and we got the end vote by mail petition. We think that all three of these are good petitions, and hopefully coming soon. What is it? No fee for paddling. I forget the.
No permit.
Yeah,
no permit now
or let us paddle. That was what it is. Let us paddle was the.
I'm
thinking,
let
us paddle.
Yeah. Is that one of those LGBTQ things like let us paddle? I don't know.
Let us paddle, not with the
Marty
rowing device.
You silly guy.
I know, I'm just being silly.
And kayaks and all those fun things.
Yeah, if you tie two inner tubes together, you got to get a license for that.
You've now created a boat. License it. No, this is not how we look at our lives, and we don't want to do that to our children. No.
James McHenry says, if ODOT stops wasting money on pointless projects like putting a concrete island in the middle of the highway or constantly fixing sidewalks that don't need to be fixed, they would have more money. And how do you know, James? I don't know who you are. I thought you were Marty, but Marty's here, so this is weird. I don't know. You're incredible.
I'm Henry McJames. I'm not James McHenry.
Oh, you're Henry McJames.
Now we know.
Yeah, I mean, I was Bartles and James until I got a cease and desist order from the wine cooler company. So there you go.
Happens to the best.
Yeah, I know.
So Samantha, hey Samantha, and Ivan, thank you for joining us, Ivan. And folks, we're going to have this petition at several places. We're going to get it down to the ammo store in Bandon. I'm hoping to get it there tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be just way too late tonight. But yeah, tomorrow I'll go by and see if he's there. But I got to come here really, really early. And we're going to get it in Coquille. But Danessa tomorrow will come down, pick up those petitions, and she'll have them at the ag store. But if you go to the ag store, you have to ask the owner for the petition that you want to sign it and have to sign it in front of the owner. That's the only way we will allow a store to circulate a petition. It's the law. There are rules against not being, just leaving it unattended. We have to pick up these clipboards every night and take the sheets with us. And the only time we can use them again is when we are watching those same sheets. And this is important that signature gatherers understand. There are certain rules that we have to listen to, and there are certain rules that are just BS. You can sign in any color ink. I prefer black. I think black is the best, and that's why I tell people to always use black pens. But if someone signs in pink ink, it's okay. Don't freak out. You know what I mean? If someone doesn't, you're supposed to sign it, date it, and then print your name. A lot of people will print their name, date it, and then sign it. That's okay too. And you can leave it just like that, to add your address like you would if you would have had it reversed. And that goes through as well. So people freak out on things on petition gathering, but all you legally need is your signature. And
but make sure you don't use those thick pens like a Sharpie.
Don't use Sharpies. Nope.
And write carefully. I mean, this is a legal document that's going to go to the state. So you want to make sure that it's legible.
That's why all the pens I have are fine point black ink pens. And that's because black is better. Black ink is much better.
It's important.
And the only reason that we're not a big fan of blue or other colors is we plan on scanning all of these signature sheets so that we can use a computer to go through and help us pick out which sheets might have problems or which sheets might have so if it's done in black ink, they scan a lot better than if you do it with blue or pink or whatever. But as far as the legality of the signature on the actual piece of paper, the wet signature, it doesn't matter if it's in red, blue, pink, green, orange, whatever. So long as it's not an invisible ink, we're good.
There you go.
So Stocks Family Farm says, good to catch y'all live. I only see replays. I'll be at the boardwalk tomorrow in Coos Bay interviewing the Democrats live. And Stocks Family Farms, we need to talk. I will send me a message, rob@robtaylorreport.com. Send me an email and send me your contact information somehow that I can get a hold of you, and let's talk. I'd like to see some of your clips from your exploits on the boardwalk. Marty, you want to go down to the boardwalk and film?
It's a bit of a drive. Sorry.
Yeah. Damn. I tried.
Yeah, I actually have a.
Did you hear Diane in the background there? no.
Yeah.
That was good.
I have a hat that has like a camera built into it, so I could always just walk around with the hat. But unfortunately, I'm about 800 miles away right now, so yeah, I don't. The camera that doesn't have that good of a zoom. Let's just put it that way.
You know, you just excuses, man. Excuses.
I am. That's me, man.
I'm at every Coos County Democrat protest. That is incredibly interesting that someone would take the time to do that, because I can't stand those people. And if I went down there, they would mob me. You know what I mean? It would be
Oh,
like-
yeah.
You'd get arrested for sure,
I would totally get arrested.
even though you wouldn't do anything.
But, you know, I've been thinking about doing it, though. You know what
I
I mean?
know.
Just to go down there and have some fun. And,
If you go, I'll go with you.
oh, well, you better be ready to, you know, throw
Better be
down.
ready to run.
I don't know if I
Oh,
want to
yeah.
take you because you get me into fights. That's what would be
I
the
don't
trouble.
either. I don't
mean,
either.
you know,
I'm
yeah,
careful. I
Hold
know that's
on.
party behavior. I don't cause any trouble ever.
She don't cause any trouble. She flips people off in the road.
I
I've seen her
don't
do
either.
that.
No, that was not me.
That was not you.
That was
Oh,
not
that was
me. That was
somebody else.
Marty. That was Marty.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. He says, I've been assaulted a few times and even had a higher private security at No Keats too. Whoa. We definitely want to
Well,
talk.
see, I don't fight at all. So, you know,
Yeah.
I can't do that then. No.
Well, I couldn't because no matter what the situation was, I'd be the accused of
Of
being
everything.
the aggressor.
Yeah.
No matter
Yeah.
what.
They would, you know,
You'd be the one
We'd
that
have
would
to
be
take you
arrested.
from the moment you got out of your car to stand
Yeah.
there and just follow you the whole time to have proof that he didn't do anything.
yep.
Every second of the way. That would be the only thing that would protect you. And that wouldn't be any fun. So,
Yeah, I thought I could
because then it would be
sneak in.
like you're looking for getting in trouble. And who wants to look to get in trouble? I don't know about that guy that he goes down there with security. Does
That's
he
cool.
go down there just to listen, to harass, to question? What's his purpose?
I don't know. That's why I want to see his videos.
I do
really
too.
don't
Yeah.
care. I don't care why he's down there.
You don't
Yeah,
care?
well,
Well,
and
As
there's
long as
actually
he's
a couple-
doing it, just so that he's doing it and you can watch it.
Oh, I haven't seen it, but yeah,
Well,
I'll watch it.
since they're on this YouTube
Might as well.
What did you
'Cause I
say,
wouldn't do
Marty?
that.
Oh, it says on one of these quotes, just a sec, they're on my YouTube, so we just got to figure out where his or her
Oh,
YouTube
that's
is.
easy. Yeah, he stocks Family Farm.
Oh, well, there you go.
That sounds like a soup that I get in.
Yeah, I know.
Stocks Family Farm. Do you guys sell soups? I
It's
think that's a soup I buy. I don't know, man.
it's an all-natural soup from Stock's Family Farm. We only use the best of ingredients because
Samantha was
are they
saying you
dry?
rip people off.
Sam.
Sam.
I thought you were my friend.
So here's another
No, I don't do
rule
that.
if you're
Really
out there
nice.
gathering signatures, and by the way, the reason I'm telling people this is that some of you might want to volunteer to gather signatures in your area, maybe at your church, at work, if you don't get fired. I don't know. Maybe you got a cool work, maybe you don't. I don't know. And so if you can gather it at different places and you want to go do that, you want to go to the football game on Friday night or Saturday night, that's always a good one, the football game. Stand on the sidewalk. As long as it's a public sidewalk, they can't do anything about it, and ask people if they want to sign your petition. You could do a pop-up tent on the 22nd. That's going to be the big day where we're all going to go out and do pop-ups all over the cities and try to get as many signatures as we can right then and there. And this is the goal. We want to get the signatures as soon as possible, be able to drop them on the Secretary of State. And then because it's a referendum, we can drop a second drop of signatures as long as it's before the end of the referendum. You don't have to drop them all at once. You can have several drops. And man, if we could double up on what we actually need, that would be really cool.
Hey, Rob, when's the end?
I think it's December 30th. Isn't that what?
You are correct. It is December 30th, but we want a lot of this stuff in as quickly as possible. As they were saying last night, this is a sprint. And there's also going to be, you got to realize, we've got Thanksgiving coming up, we've got other holiday stuff coming up. So we don't have as much time as we'd like to think we have because
Mhm.
there's going to be times when people are just busy with the holidays and whatnot. So the more we get, the quicker we get them, the better off we'll be.
Yeah.
And
Right.
that's why it's called us, that's why we're doing the big sprint. I mean, it's amazing the amount of posts I've seen today of people that already have locations that they've got set up. And so it's, like I said, if there's truly 4,000 volunteers, each volunteer only needs to get 25 to get us to 100,000. But let's not like sit back on our laurels and go, well, I got my 25, so I'm done. No, I mean, Rob and I and the rest of the crew, we got, what was it, 1,400 signatures in Coos County for
Yeah.
NVVM before we handed
Yeah.
them off. And
Yeah.
it's like, so, yeah, and that was just essentially, two, three, maybe four of us doing it. The more
Yeah.
volunteers, the more signatures we'll get. So, I
Right.
mean, we could be doing training sessions at the HQ going, it's easy peasy. Here are like the 5 PDF pages that you need to read to understand how to be a signature gatherer. And the rules are
It's
pretty
not
simple.
even 5, Marty. It's not even 5. I think it's like
Yeah.
2.5.
Oh, I know exactly. So it's
And
pretty
big
easy.
print.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. It's not difficult to do. I mean, crap, if I can do it, anybody can. So let's, use that as a bellwether. Well, crap, Marty can do it, then why can't I?
So Stocks Family Farm. Oh, and thank you for all that information. Stocks Family Farm says, I don't harass. I ask honest questions and ask about their signs. I like that
I
because
do
their signs
too.
are always confusing. And I always
Yeah.
want to know what vulgar language, how they use it. And they always use the words improperly. And you're like, that doesn't
Not
even
really
make
sure about
sense. If you're going to
this.
use foul language, use it in the correct.
Well, I'm glad that somebody's asking those questions. That's wonderful that he's doing
I
that.
am too.
I'm
I'm
just
glad
glad
you're
that
out
he's
there.
not harassing because, we've got enough harassers. And when we go out and do flag waves and stuff like that, I don't like it when people harass. It's not necessary.
There's
We can all
no
do our
need
own
for it.
thing. They can do their little protest. We'll do
Yeah.
our
I felt bad I
protest.
didn't do anything
we-
for Veterans Day.
You know,
And I
we
forgot to
we
do
should have
something
done
for Veterans
something for
Day. And then I
Veterans
sat
Day.
there and remembered, damn, that sucks because that's a very important day. I mean, these guys laid down their lives for us, and I really didn't do anything for them,
right.
And I had
Yeah,
veterans in
I
my
put up a
family.
picture.
I
I
did
put up a
too.
picture of my
Then
dad
my
on
brother
Facebook.
was a veteran. My father was a
Did
veteran.
you? I saw
Yeah.
that.
I saw that too. You look just like your dad, Marty.
Yeah, what a
And
surprise.
so Roman
So
Rogers
much
says,
for me being this. Yeah, so much for me being the spawn of the milkman. I look a lot like my
There you
dad.
go.
you
It
look
was not
completely like your
him.
dad. Yeah. 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 It's really cool to see, your old family's pictures and see yourself in it and see your brothers and sisters in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have grandkids and you see the other relatives in your
yes.
grandkids.
Yes.
So I had a picture that my grandmother gave me of some relatives that came from Ireland in the late 1800s. And the guy in the picture looked exactly like one of my aunt's kids, one of my cousins.
Oh,
And
my
it was
goodness.
just creepy. It was like, whoa, they look, this is weird. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I like those old pictures. Old pictures are cool.
I tell you what, my granddaughter, her personality is my father, and that's frightening. She's super, super smart, but she's just like 7 moves ahead of everyone. And, you just, as you were talking about your granddaughter earlier tonight, they keep you running,
They keep you running.
you know?
So Roman Rogers says, I love Coos County, and I love Coos County too.
I do. I love Coos County
I
the
love Coos
most.
County. This is a cool place to live.
I hate it when I leave. When I just go to Eugene, I'm just
Yeah.
like counting the minutes.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, but I gotta go.
When
There's
I
just, the
see
air's
the-
different. Everything's different. I need space. I need to be able to park my car.
When I used to go to Portland or go see my kid up in Clackamas and stuff, and I would come back, it's like as soon as you hit the county line, I
Exactly.
feel
The
so much
trees
better.
are bigger.
It's like you could feel the, it's like
Everything
I'm cruising
is good.
now.
You hit that
I'm
bridge,
okay.
and it's like, wow,
Yeah.
I'm home. I'm home. On the other
So,
side, good to go. You know, it is magnificent here. No
people-
bugs and
yeah.
you know.
People don't know why we do all this stuff, and it's like, well, because we love where we're at. We don't want.
I don't want
people
things to go
come
bad
in and go
here. I
bad,
want it to be
man.
nice here,
it could
so
go
my kids can
bad really
stay
fast.
here
Yeah, I
you
want my
know?
kids to stay here
and live a good life here and be prosperous here. You know, we don't have to be the crime capital of Oregon. We really don't.
And then there's Marty.
And then there's Marty.
He comes from California half the year, just lives here on his lake,
And we miss him
goes
so much.
fishing, fishing in our Oregon streams and
He owns
rivers
them.
and
He's
lakes.
just as
and-
much an Oregonian as any of us are.
I suppose so. It's the shorts.
He belongs. He
Yeah, there you
belongs.
go. It's the
Yes,
shorts.
there you go.
Did
You
you
know-
get married in shorts? I'm just curious.
I actually had some tux shorts made, but I decided to wear actual tux pants because why not? You know,
That's a good idea because, you've got wedding pictures to look at later, and everybody go, "Why are you wearing shorts, dude?"
pretty much, yeah. That's kind of
But
what
I do have
figured as
friends
well.
that had short tuxes made too. I had a few friends in Park City that hung like that in the summertime.
Yeah.
So this is cool because Stock's family farm here, he was talking about how he approaches people, you know, that he asks questions and stuff. And then he makes this comment. He says, I mostly do farm and family content, but I do protests too for information and discussions, not content. And I think that means he protests by standing up for Trump or against whatever they're saying and speaks out against it. I don't know if that's what that means. Maybe I should go down and see the comments. Ivan Hawker says, did the line go down?
Yeah, it seems like it's not running on Facebook at the moment.
Okay, I'm glad you got that. Let's see. Roman Rogers is laughing. And I can understand that. We're some funny mother, you know what? Oh, I can't get that comment, damn it. It's Coos County Citizen Council. This is Chris Castleman. I met him down there at the protest. He's great, very professional. This is Chris Castleman. Your Facebook feed dropped for some reason. And they've got this new app on the StreamYard platform that will give you the option between vertical or horizontal screen, you know, like from a telephone or from a regular camera, and or both, because some of the platforms it streams to, like Facebook, I think Facebook, I think they offer both on Facebook, and I forget which other one they offer both on, but most of them just take one or the other. And so you have to select for each platform, and it's a pain in the ass because you have to go through the platforms and select whether you want it horizontal or vertical. And so that's why I went down on Facebook, because I selected the wrong thing, I'm sure. I hope that explains it to
yeah, well, basically they're trying to be, it's called responsive. The idea is you want a website that if you're on a phone, it's supposed to have the same experience as if you're on a browser. And so, you know, so if you're on a wide screen, it's supposed to look the same as if you're looking at it on a phone screen. And that's why, you know, that's why StreamYard has got that option. But why Facebook would drop the feed, I have no clue. And is it something that you can tell it to pick it up again, or I don't know. But
I don't
I just
know.
Well,
I
you'll
just
probably
checked
lose all the
Facebook.
others if you stop.
Yeah,
Try to
it
pick that
dropped.
up.
It dropped at about the 20-minute mark. So
Well, that's life. And we're still getting the end vote by mail petition as well. We think this is a good idea to collaborate these efforts. And
yeah, because when we were doing the pop-up tents, we were doing end vote by mail, no tolls before, no tolls before voting or whatever we called it, and then the recall Kotek. And so people would drive by and they'd see one or two things that they're like, oh yeah, recall Kotek, and people would be yelling like, yeah, I want to sign that. And I said, well, then stop your car and get out and sign the thing. And then they, while they were signing that, and we said, oh, by the way, we want to end vote by mail. We want to go back to the old way of voting, 1 day in-person ID mandatory, precinct level counting, hand counting if possible. That's what we want to do. And they're like, oh yeah, well, I'll sign that one too. So, I mean, it's beneficial to be able to have all of them available. And sometimes people will be brought in by the, hey, let's get rid of this $4.3 billion tax thing. And then while they're there, you can say, oh, and while you're at it, the reason we have these really crappy taxes is because vote by mail is just the most corrupt way you can vote at all, because there is no chain of custody. There is no way to prove that anybody actually voted. All they can say is, yes, your ballot was received. Did they actually ever count it? You can't tell. So are you confident in our election system in Oregon? Well, 40 years of Democrats only, I'd say no.
No, that's kind of a tell, I mean, you can't have a state with two people or two different parties that are competing and never have the other side win, ever, for 40 years. That's not possible. The pendulum always goes back and forth in politics, always does, except when it's corrupt.
Correct.
so this is funny how you connected end vote by mail, because you're absolutely right. The reason that we're in this mess is because the whole voting system is corrupt. And so vote before tolls is a way to get the voters' authority over tolling again, because it was taken away by the legislature back in 2017, and we have this petition as well. That's 3 petitions that we have at this place at 3229 Broadway in Newmark, right behind McDonald's. Well, we're not right behind, kind of catty corner behind, but we're next to
We can
Breeze.
see their sign on the side of their building out of our window. So if you're in the drive up, we can see your car.
And
Yeah.
there's a church sign up above where we're at, because we're too cheap to buy a Republican sign. What can I say?
We'll
And
get
if
there.
if there's anyone who wants to donate a sign, we're more than happy to talk about that.
Well, we thought about taking it down and putting something up in place of it.
Yeah.
And then I thought at some point we were like, well, let's see if we're going to be here for more than a couple of weeks. Because, it's like, okay, we go to all the effort to get a new sign. And then it's like, and we actually got somebody that wants to rent the space, so you got to get out now. And we're like, darn it. No, what are we going to do with this sign?
And that could happen at any time.
And that can happen at any
We'll just
time.
put something up in the window. We
This
can
is
take
a
with
beautiful
us. It is
spot.
really nice.
I
And
like
we're
this
so lucky to have friends like we have that would give us
Yeah. I
Great
mean, we
such
do
a
have,
great friend, Can't
have
beat
temper
it.
paint, so we could paint the window and paint it all with, flags and Patriot stuff and Friends of Coos
Well,
County
there's an idea,
Republicans
Marty.
stuff, so it's all possible.
So, since we're on that, if there's anyone who is interested in painting the windows, if you're really good at painting windows, and I don't mean come down here and put a swastika and call us a bunch of fascists. That's
Not
not
today,
cool.
not today.
Don't do that kind of painting. But
Yeah.
we do have someone brought in some window paint that you paint on the outside and it just wipes off.
Yeah.
We can paint our name, the party name on there, and that we're gathering petition signatures because people get confused. They drive up that hill right
don't know if
there
they're
and they see the
who we
church
are.
sign
Yeah.
and they go, well, where's the Republican headquarters? And it's like, well, we're right here. And we do have a big blow up Trump.
You know what
balloon.
I was thinking? We could get our the wind turbines and put them in those logs that you wanted to make and put them outside. And
Yeah.
just tell them to come to the flags.
Yeah, tell them to come to the flags. Stocks Family Farm says, I'll be live from noon to 2 tomorrow. Most of the Democrats are nice, to be honest. And I have
I
found
think that's
most
so
of them are
true. I'll be honest
Yeah.
with you. I've worked with Democrats in many different organizations, found them to be just exactly like we are. We want the same thing for our kids. I think that the party's gone a little crazy and it's left the majority of the true Democrats behind.
Do you know who Jaden is for the Equity Coalition down there?
I think so.
She used to be a man and now she's a woman.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So he was a really good nutritionist. He did a cooking show and demo and stuff. And he was very Black Lives Matter and DEI and into the transitioning thing. And of course, I was opposed to some of those policies that he was supporting. And now he is a she, Jaden. And I went down there to say hi to him, which now he's a her. So to her.
Right.
And she, to be quite honest with you, if I saw Jaden on the street, I recognized him, but it was like, it could have been his sister. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was like,
yeah.
he really look, he's gone through the whole thing. You know what I mean? I don't know if he's gotten the plumbing done, but everything else is looking like a woman now.
Right.
And so I wanted to talk to him talk to her because Sal Carruthers, that piece of garbage,
He is
had
a
mentioned,
beast, isn't he?
that they should be worried that we were here. And so I went and talked to her because I didn't want there to be any riff. And even she was saying, no, that's Facebook. It's 100 people between us and stuff.
Right.
She goes,
There isn't
I'm not
anything
worried
bad.
about it. We've had our, it's cool. And so I said, let's get coffee sometime and go talk about our differences. And because I'm interested in what other people truly believe who are not someone I would normally know or especially hang out with. I mean, how
Listen,
many
I
chances?
meet people all the time,
Right.
and I like them. And I don't
Yeah.
ask whether or not they're Republican.
I don't
don't care.
Yeah.
There you go. I don't care. I'm
Yeah.
personally just interested in making sure that the future for my grandchildren is good. It's, that's my goal. And I think that we have to always put effort into it because there's so many people that are so right now. I want money right now. I want to take advantage of everybody right now.
Well,
and
I think COVID
they've got
had
to
a
be
lot
stopped.
to do with it.
Yeah.
I think
that was
COVID had a
robbery.
huge lot to do with it. And they took advantage of the kids' psychosis of being alone, being locked up, of being traumatized, telling them everyone's going to die and scaring them to shit with the mask. And then they were
Can you
confused.
imagine being in the retirement home?
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine the hell of not being able to see your children?
Oh, yeah. That was some
or see
screwed
people that
up
you love.
shit. Yeah.
And they could abuse you. They could do anything they wanted, neglect you.
And you ended up in a body bag. Who was going to question
Who
it?
was going to know?
Remember?
Who was going to know?
They died of
How
COVID.
many of those
He's got a
things
hammer in
happened?
his head. Well, he died of COVID.
Oops, he died of COVID. Again, another COVID. I'm just amazed that we as a society allowed that to happen. And, I remember watching people on Facebook create plastic things so the grandma could come and hug through the plastic her grandkids.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
How
I mean, were we
gross. How
insane?
dystopian.
Were we insane?
We were
And
insane.
I'm not wearing masks. I'm like, no, I'm not sick. I'm not going to wear a mask. And if I get it, Oh, well, because I don't trust that shot. No, I don't know what's in it. It's too new. There's no proof that it was going to work. It could be much worse. Forget it. And it did pan out that way, didn't it, Rob?
Well, that's que sera, sera.
That's how it
Michaela's
works.
online.
Hi, Michaela.
Hi, Michaela. It's so cool that we got to meet her. She's, did you?
I
well,
introduced you to Michaela, but only through Terry. Remember, she was there at our meeting the other month.
Yeah, that was really a good thing. And now we're doing this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and vote by mail. It's really cool.
All the friends that we have in all these counties based on what happened there. Yeah.
So hi, Michaela. Bring Roman back on your show, Rob. He's a Patriot US. Or is that us? What do you think, Marty? Is that US or is that us?
What's that? No, it says bring Roman back on your show, Rob. He's a patriot. So, I mean,
Yeah, but then it says US. Or is that US or is that us?
oh, it's just a U.S. flag on my screen. So,
It's a US flag on your screen?
yeah,
I'm being denied my flag here. It
your
says
emojis.
US.
You're not getting your emojis. Oh my goodness, you're.
That's not even fair.
Play the NVBM video. Do you have an NVBM video?
Yes, the
Yeah,
one
you
Michaela
had
made.
that screen up on when you showed the NVBM thing. I'm assuming that was the website. So can you play that website video on this and have it go over the
You're
air?
damn right I can.
There you go.
You're damn right there, Pilgrim.
Yeah. But anyway, so we looped it back around to, okay, here's Michaela, who's one of the head muckety mucks for NVBM. And yeah, well, the official muckety mucks would be
Yes, Michaela's the official muckety muck.
The NVBM movement is about security.
Sorry, Marty, keep going.
Oh, no, go ahead and let so we can hear the audio from Ben.
Okay, let me
Because I could hear
I
it
didn't
for a
mean to. It started playing and I was listening to you talk, so I didn't mean to interrupt you because I was listening to you and then it started playing. Is this the video you wanted? I hope it is. Here it is.
In our elections so that we have elections we can all count on and believe in. You give me one reason why, other than to commit mass election fraud, that we have the system that we have.
I'm here with Ben Edel from Oregon. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to do with election integrity.
Our ballot measure includes everything we want to see happen in the United States. And that's why we created NVBM as a brand and also as a rally cry, because what we really want to do is we want to inspire all the states, especially on the West Coast.
The long game is we want to reform our elections and frankly get back to in-person voting.
I want to excite the West Coast on the other side of the country. Oregon, I hear you. California, I hear you. Washington, I hear you.
We have big support throughout the entire state. We've gotten some big names supporting us too.
It is not the burden of the people to prove that our elections are legit. It is the burden of the government to prove that our elections are legit.
That's true. You see when people doubt the integrity of the election process, they don't vote. It suppresses the vote.
One day, hand counted in person with ID elections.
And if you need the proof, that is the proof. That's proof enough. All right, I'm with my guy, Steve Hammerson. He's done another trip all the way up from Douglas, going all the way up to Astoria, and he's going back over to Yamhill County, make sure everybody has all their gear.
We have to work together. We have to work together.
We have about 80 leaders throughout the state of Oregon, and they all have big stacks of petitions.
Look, and it's so great to stand side by side with Seattle and fight for what makes America great. Hey, I'm down at the Coos County Fair with my buddy Rob Taylor. He's the guy that set this whole thing in motion. Just got done last night crushing corruption over in Douglas County. Now we're going to go in vote by mail over here in Coos County.
Stephen Jockis back there is the attorney for Judicial Watch in suing Oregon for voter vote. Corruption has to end, and vote by mail is the biggest corruption in this country.
We're not just trying to save our state, we're trying to save our country.
You're out of control, Michaela. Michaela, if she were here, she'd be like calling this meeting to order.
Order? You're out of line. You're out of line.
I'm kidding,
Not a-
Mikhail. You know we love
We
you.
are not following the Robert's Rules of Order here.
Every single state in the nation has a carbon copy of our election system.
This isn't about Democrats and Republicans. We have Republicans in Southern Oregon stealing elections, using the system right now to get their people in power and to keep their people in power. This system is not designed for democracy. It's not designed for the people. It's designed to support the people who are already in power so they can hold their power. This is unacceptable. It should be unacceptable to all of us, whether you're a Republican, a Democrat, a liberal, a conservative. Our system is wrong. It is not free. We are not self-governed in Oregon, Washington, or California. So we're bringing the states together that have the same system that Oregon is built on. We're coming and we're going to fight back and we're going to stand up and we're going to change our system.
And there we go.
You know, I don't know if that was the video she wanted me to play, but that was a good video.
That was
I
a good
bet-
video.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen that
'cause-
video in a
Because
while.
her comment popped up. Her comment popped up right after you showed the NVBM webpage with the video paused, and she's like, "Ooh, play that video, play that video." And I'm like, "Okay," because I've seen that before, and I was like, I thought that was a pretty powerful video. I mean,
Yeah.
I've never been a big fan of incidental music behind things, but it was okay. I mean, the message was great, and so, and that sort of loops it back around to the reason we have to do this thing to get the the no tax on the ballot, and the reason we're having to do these fights is because our voting system is so bad. These people think they can get away with anything they want to do because they know we can't vote them out. I mean,
It's just
anybody
been a
who has-
landslide in Oregon. It's just been
Yeah.
a landslide, whatever. More,
But people
more
are finally
tax,
waking
more
up.
tax,
I
more
mean,
tax.
Yeah, we
It
get
can't
100,000 signatures in 30 days. That's definitely going to send a signal. And Shiloh Marks in California actually just got the Department of Justice and the president to pay attention to the latest election where he'd proven one or two instances of voter fraud, and the DOJ and the president are like, "Okay, we're going to investigate this now." And I'm like, so the more every time you turn more spotlights on, the cockroaches keep running for the corners, and that's what we got to keep doing. We got to keep turning on the lights. We got to get 100,000 signatures. We got to get more people for signing for end vote by mail. I mean, the irony is not lost on me that we're trying to use a corrupt voting system to fix a corrupt voting system, but we
Yeah.
have to do something. And the thing is if we get 100,000 signatures, or we get, I think we need 150,000 for end vote by mail, but we got until next May or June to do it. The whole point is this sends a signal. This basically says, hey, we've got 100,000, we got 150,000, we got 200,000 people here in Oregon are fed up. It's time for the feds to come in and give us some help.
So the Oregon tax bill, the tax package that the legislators just passed, that Oregon governor just signed, it allows for easier tolling, and the governor has literally taken over ODOT. She's now in, the way the administration has done with Orgo. I think it's Orgo, the way it's written. And part of the reason that she's wanting to have more authority over ODOT, from what I understand, is because of the vote by mail, not vote by mail, but the motor vehicle, the way they have all those records, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
What is it? The Judicial Watch is suing and wants those records. Isn't that what part of that is all about? And she doesn't want them to give up those records.
Well, there's a couple of different things going on here. First off, I thought I saw that the head of the Oregon Department of Transportation was going to be stepping down, which means Tina is going to have full control.
Yep.
And the problem here is that they have, they found, 1,500 people that were registered to vote that were not citizens, but that's just scratching the surface. I'm sure if they turned over all those records, you would find out that there's a heck of a lot more than 1,500, and they don't want those records to go out. As a matter of fact, they don't want any records going out. They're denying requests to get voter information. They're denying requests to get DMV information. I mean, we finally got some Oregon motor voter log files that we're looking through now, and it's just, the whole idea is they think that if they can just keep, shuffling the decks and, pulling, and pulling the curtain closed, that it's like, maybe they'll go away. I don't think they realize there is no go away in this administration.
No, there's no go away. It's not going to
I mean,
happen. They're going to have to give the records.
essentially, it's like, the thing is they faked impeached him twice. They, tried to assassinate him twice. They tried to, like, ruin all his businesses, and, and did all these unconstitutional and unlawful things. And it's like, justice is coming, and it will get here. We know how this movie's going to end. But it's just like, we want it to go a little bit faster, obviously, because, we're the people suffering the end of, the excrement end of the stick here. So it's like, the faster this gets resolved, the better off we'll be. But
and that's why now's the time not to play politics for those of us who want lower taxes, less government, less corruption, more transparency, because all the things that we're doing as far as gathering petition signatures for these 3 initiatives, 2 initiatives, 1 referendum, and you compound that with the fact we're trying to, reform the party, and we're trying to grow the party by getting more PCPs elected, and vote by mail really is all about going back to precinct voting. And this all ties together very nicely and neatly with what Trump was elected for when he won in the last election. And this is what we're kind of forgetting now, because we've been dealing with the fantasticness of Donald Trump's administration. I mean, he's always
it has been fantastic.
It's a roller coaster
amazing,
ride.
man.
I can't keep up with him.
The hits
It's like
just
Biden,
feel like
he
a
woke
seal.
up.
the hits just keep
I
on
mean-
coming. And it's like, every time the Democrats do something completely stupid, and they're really getting good at doing it on kind of a weekly basis at this point, then they try to do something distracting. Like, it's like, okay, we just did something really stupid. We just proved that there's like hundreds of thousands of people that are getting SNAP benefits that shouldn't be. There's hundreds of thousands of illegal aliens getting like free homes and free food and free everything, that shouldn't be, and yes, we were doing political posturing because we didn't want to pay the military. We didn't want people to get SNAP benefits because our politics are more powerful than the people that we're theoretically representing. And they expose themselves for being that. And now they're like going, and now they're trying to turn the tables and go, we need a distraction, so release the Epstein files. Well, let's put it this way. If Donald Trump had any shenanigans going on with Epstein, it would have come out before he got to the bottom of that escalator on the first day. I mean, they had to make up stuff. They had to make up the first impeachment. They had to fake the second impeachment. They had to, change the statute of limitations so they could sue him. And, and then, all these things where they went in and raided his home, and it's just all these things that they did. If they had that kind of incriminating evidence about him and Epstein, don't you think it would have been shouted from the mountaintops long before his first administration? So it's just another distraction. But the nice thing about this is now all the Democrats are yelling, release the Epstein tapes, release the Epstein files. Well, you know what? It's going to go right back to the Clintons. It's going to go right back to Obama. It's going to go right back to a bunch of top Democrats. And they're going to,
of course.
So he's basically having them scream for their own destruction, and I'm loving every minute of it.
For 2 days, the last 2 days, I've been busy doing this stuff, trying to get things going and stuff. And these headlines kept coming out. The emails, they have released the emails proving Donald Trump is a pedophile. And then the memes came out on social media. Donald Trump is a pedophile. And they had all these different memes. And I kept thinking, oh, I'm going to wait because I know the shoe always drops. And sure as shit, today I'm reading about how Donald Trump was actually the only one who tried to help the alleged victim, and he actually had kicked
Epstein
out of
Mar-a-Lago.
Mar-a-Lago and kept him from buying Mar-a-Lago. And didn't he report him? Wasn't he the one that was being interviewed for?
I mean, if you want, I can read you a quick timeline here. I mean, basically in 2004, Trump permanently banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago after learning he was preying on underage girls at the resort. In 2005, Trump personally alerted authorities about Epstein's behavior while Palm Beach elites stayed silent. In 2009, Trump provided crucial information to the victims' attorneys, strengthening the case against Epstein. In 2017, Trump signed a sweeping executive order to crush global child sex trafficking and child trafficking networks and online sex exploitation. In 2019, Epstein was arrested by federal agents under Trump's DOJ. In 2019, again, FBI raided Epstein's Little St. James Island, uncovering decades of elite-enabled abuse. And then they just, released they released it and they redacted Guilfoyle's name out of it. And she was the one that said, I hung out with Trump and he was the only one that supported us. He's never done anything wrong. But they were releasing bits and pieces of that email to make it look like he had done something wrong, which once again, he hadn't. So, I mean,
just
he
like
was
the
instrumental in
BBC.
getting Epstein. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. What were you going to say?
Oh, no, I'm just saying that, and so they basically, if you look through the history of it, it's, he's been the one that was, getting Epstein, he was the one that was giving them information. He was the one that was giving the police information and helping the investigations and helping all the people that were abused. It's, so that's been the whole timeline. And, all this stuff coming out about the email's been released, and it's got Trump's name in it. And it's like, yeah, but you redacted the part where the gal said, I've never seen him do anything untoward, and it's like, even they kept asking, well, you sure he's never done anything wrong? It's like, never, not that I've ever seen.
And then, you compound that with the BBC article that came out years ago during what was it? It was 2020, wasn't it? About what he had said on January 6th. I guess it was 2021. And that is just screwed up for a paper to take a clip like that and make it sound like he said something that he didn't say. I mean, I hope he sues the crap out of them. This is the kinds of things that the world newspaper has done that to me. They have screwed up where they had to redo a retraction for me and another person because they completely screwed up a story. And it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, the last I heard, he sued the BBC for $5 billion with a B, $5 billion.
Wow.
And the thing is the BBC is owned by the British government.
Yep.
We talk about the fact that, when Obama passed the Smith-Mundt Modernization Act, basically got rid of the 1946 Smith-Mundt Act that said the government can't be involved in propaganda against U.S. citizens. The BBC, that's all they do. I mean, the BBC is part of the British government. So whatever the British government says the people will hear, that's what they hear. I mean, and that's what's been happening since, 2019 what year was it? I think it was 2012 when Obama repealed the Smith-Mundt Act. So I can't remember the year. I can look it up, but you get the point. Ooh,
Yeah.
a nice new graphic. Look at that cool graphic. Did Chris do that?
Yeah, I don't know where he's getting these nice, fancy.
I know.
I feel like one of those Nescafe. Where's that couple? You know, the couple that sits around the table drinking the coffee.
Yeah.
That's kind of what that is.
He never asked for a second cup of my coffee.
Yeah, that was it.
Choice.
That was it. Taster's choice.
That's right.
Oh wow, we are so dating ourselves. When's the last time you had Taster's choice?
I never drank it, to be honest. I never did.
I think it was in one of the K cups at the HQ. I think there was one of them that was Taster's Choice, and I was like, "Really? Let's see how bad that is."
My dad always drank it, and I just thought it smelled bad, so I never drank it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, Coffee with a Conservative every Saturday from 8 to 11. That's right. Tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock sharp, there will be coffee. We have multiple coffee machines. We have
We
people
do.
bringing in donuts from all over the place. And you get to
Excellent
see
coffee.
headquarters. So cool.
Now I like coffee, but I never liked
Yeah.
it when it was Taster's Choice. And besides that, it wasn't really coffee. It was like granulated fibers that you put in water. And, no,
Gotta get rid of
crystallized, no,
that list, but
crystallized
just-
fiber. I don't know. It didn't look good. It didn't look like it was worthwhile to put in your body. So I said no. Did you like it? Was it
I
good?
just thought it was recycled asbestos. I didn't actually think it was coffee, but you know.
See, there you go. That was the same thing I was thinking. Recycled
I
asbestos.
think what my grandmother drank was at Nescafe. Is that what that stuff was
Well,
called?
there was Nescafe, but then they also drank that weird stuff that was not really coffee or whatever. It was like, what was it?
Well, there
Why
was the
is it
stuff
when you
that
get
was-
old, you can't remember? You can see the
Yeah.
bottle. I can see the bottle shape, but I can't think of the name.
Mm.
It's not coffee, but it's something similar.
Yeah, because
My
there
mom
was
used to
stuff that
drink
was
it
made
too.
out of chicory root that was kind of like coffee. But it was,
Yeah, it was kind of like coffee.
Kind of like coffee, huh? Yeah.
Well,
but-
Nescafe
and then
was
there's-
one of them, but no, there was another one too.
And then there's like Folgers Crystals, which is kind of like the tang of coffee, where it was like,
Yeah.
its-
I
its
didn't
big
mind
claim to fame
tang.
was it
Tang
was
was
freeze
good.
dried, you know. It's like, ooh.
Until I had my wife's coffee, I didn't really realize how slow roasted, low weight, good coffee roasted in a nice roasting bin, 50 pounds at a time, no more, probably less than that.
Yeah,
Just good stuff, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So
she does make killer coffee.
she does make
She
killer
does
coffee.
killer coffee.
Boy, I almost want a cup. I may have to go over there and get me some, but I guess I can wait till 8 tomorrow,
There you
8
go.
a.m. You
There
can
you
have
go.
some Raging coffee. And we're going to try to do this every Saturday. And on Wednesdays, we are going to have the Wednesday social, where that's from 7, not 6, 7 to 9.
Right.
And because no one can sit here for 3 hours, we've decided that
We
no one can.
decided 2 is good.
Yeah.
2 is
3 is
good.
too many.
3 is too damn many to sit here.
Yeah, well, especially when we were doing the 2 to 6 on Wednesdays, and I'm like, and it's like, oh, and then it was going to do 6 to 9 for the social, and I'm like, so you mean we're going to be here from 2 to 9? Really?
That's too long.
No.
No.
Mm.
But it's been fun, and it's been nice to meet the people that have been coming in,
Yeah.
and they've all been really interesting. And I'm so pleased to see the youth that come in. Like tonight, the young girl that came in that was wanting to stop to sign up for the stop the gas tax.
Yeah.
That was really nice. She was 19 years old, a voter.
She signed 3 petitions
Signed all 3.
tonight. Isn't that cool?
That's what we want. You know, we've got to have the youth involved in the right direction. And I think that finally the
She would be
country's
perfect for a someone to start something like a
turning
turning
point.
point or something. You know what I
Right.
mean?
I was talking to her about that.
What'd you say?
She's wanted to be involved in it. Absolutely. She said that she had connections, wanted to know about East Elementary. And I explained that Turning Point usually does high school and college. They don't do the elementary
They don't do
school.
elementary school.
It's more important that they be children. You know, wait until they're older, go to high school, you know,
that's the problem I have with
9th,
the
10th,
tranny
11th,
stuff.
12th, that's an area that we need to have discussions, not allow
Reading,
just
writing,
whoever to
arithmetic.
teach them whatever. You know, we need to also teach them the conservative side of and how a republic works, because so many kids don't understand, oh, we're a
Yeah.
democracy. No, we are not a democracy. We're a constitutional republic. And there's a big difference. And, you
Some
know,
of it, it would just be great with just basic education of, the three branches of government, how things get done. What is this Constitution thing anyway? What are the Bill of Rights? What are the amendments about? Because
those would be
I'm
great
guaranteeing you, I'm betting you
pieces of
big
art
money that
for
they
our
don't teach that in
office too.
school anymore. So
I'll tell you what, years ago, there is an adjunct professor, lives about an hour from here, who does constitutional classes. If you're willing to do I think there's 6 constitutional classes that he puts on 6 weeks in a row. And you have to do all the classes. You have to choose to do all the classes to have him come down and teach you. And we decided to do that one year. And for 6 weeks, we took these constitutional classes with this professor. And I could probably get him to come back down again.
You know, that would be good.
That would be
I
really
think
cool.
the more people that understand about how the Constitution is set up and why it's so much better, why the system is great, and why we control the system, but when only 24% of our people vote, it can go askew. And
Yeah.
that's why we need to have involvement. There was a time when in the 60s it came up about, don't talk about politics. It's not okay to do that. And it's been ingrained for 2 generations now. Politics, we can't be talking about that. That's bad. You can't talk about anything that's political. You can't print anything that's political in Coos County. Why not, is my question. We need to put the problems forward. We can't solve them without discussion. That's how change occurs. What do you think, Rob?
I apologize. I was reading a text that I thought might be important.
You weren't even listening to my.
I didn't hear one
Okay,
single
Marty.
word. Marty, what did she say? Huh? What was going on? I'm sorry.
I was listening, and basically what she was saying is it would be great if we could have, that type of, introduction to how to have political discourse and what is, have all this stuff come together where, we have these kind of discussions where it was like, back in the days when you weren't supposed to talk politics. Well, we can talk politics. We just have to be sort of, make it more educational about, how the system is supposed to work and why it's not currently working.
Right. There you go.
Very good. Very good. So
that was my summary.
Thank you, Marty. I'm
Well,
glad
thank
to know
you.
you were
That was-
listening. That was wonderful.
well, it was Michaela. If it was anyone else, I would have said, no, I don't care. But it was Michaela, and she's like, one of the most important people that we could have.
Uh-oh.
I think I killed it.
Oh, okay.
Wow. I was going to go get a soda. Can you hear me?
Well, you're up on the screen twice now, so.
Oh, that must be weird and confusing for the audience. So I'm going to.
Okay. And now your microphone's muted, so we can't hear what you're saying, but I guess he's going to go get a soda. So while Rob's having a soda, if you'd like to, because his mic's currently muted, I do believe so. And can I unmute it? And if I do, does it create huge issues with?
I think we got. No.
Yeah, I muted you again. But anyway.
See? Nope.
You can tell we're professionals. Oh man, yeah. Actually, we could have looped Michaela into the show here, and I was just trying to figure out how to put a URL up on the screen, but eh. But anyway, so Coffee with Conservatives, 8 to 11 tomorrow morning, every Saturday from 8 to 11 at the headquarters, which is at 3229 Broadway Avenue, Suite H in North Bend. It's at the corner of Broadway and what's the cross street? I don't remember, but Newmark maybe? I don't know. But anyway, it's like if you see the McDonald's, go to the drive-through, but don't go through the drive-through. We're right behind the McDonald's, kind of kitty corner, further into the corner, next to Breeze Upscale Resale, and underneath the sign that says Zion Baptist Church. We are preaching signature gathering. That's what we're preaching here. And I think everybody's left the show, so I guess it's just up to me to talk now. Oh man, there is no hope for the world at this point. If I'm the last one
add
stuck
myself
talking.
to the stage. I was
there you
listening
go.
to you.
Oh
There you
wow,
go. I was totally
Okay.
listening to you.
how painful for you.
Yeah, well, no, it wasn't that bad. And so I was trying to get this damn phone to work, but I'm having problems here.
Oh, this is
Yeah,
Oh, hey, thank you.
Sure.
Pepsi, perfect. So, and it's a Pepsi, folks, just so you know. Not drinking anything
No, it's
stronger
not
than a
the real
Pepsi.
Rant, just the Pepsi Rant.
Just the Pepsi Rant.
I'm just
Of course,
drinking
you're all
water.
real Rant
So.
anyway.
So
Well, there we go.
I thought I had some articles that I had just posted, and I don't know, I must have dreamt posting those articles because I wanted to cover them. If I ran out of stuff to talk about on tonight's show, and I'm just starting to run out of stuff to talk about. Was there anything you wanted to cover? Was there anything we missed, Marty?
Well, there was an interesting article in Epic Times today. Let me see if I can find it real quick. For some reason, I had to. There we go. Restart my browser to get into the show earlier. So all the tabs I had open about articles that I thought might be interesting to talk about, went away. So, but I found one. So let's see if I can share it real quick. Share screen.
Share screen.
Select window. No, not the inbox.
Yeah, technology's incredible. Let me tell you.
Ain't it though?
Ain't
Okay.
it though?
Let me try doing this. Drag that over there. And then select window or screen.
So have we got anybody running for sheriff other than Gabe?
Oh no, I don't think anyone would run for that position. But since you mentioned it, that's probably a good thing to go check out. Since we're
You know,
sitting
I'm
here.
really wondering if anybody has signed up to compete against Brecky because she's been a total failure. I mean, losing ballots here, there, and everywhere. I don't think that's a good show.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of garbage that Brecky has put us through. I mean, somebody's got to run for clerk, just so we can have somebody that we could vaguely trust. Because it's like, it took how long? Like a year and a half to get the ballot images, and then when they gave me the ballot images, they were redacted to the point of being completely useless. They corrupted the data. It's like
Well, there's too many questions with her administration. There's no reason for them to redact data when they've been ordered to give the ballots. It just gives more and more questions as to what's going on in our clerk's office, and it doesn't set a good tone for the citizens whatsoever. So I hope somebody else will run against her, and I wish them well. I hope someone can take her out, and it's got to happen now. We really need a change in our clerk's office. We can't have what's going on, and we can't have a second Dee Dee Murphy deal with her. We just can't go on. That's all there is to it.
Marty, can you enlarge that a little bit?
Good question. Don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
Has anybody else decided to run for county commissioner?
I just looked and nobody has signed up other than Brandy Martindale against John Sweet
Right.
and Rick Coleman against Osborne. And so,
Well, I just wonder if Rod better run again.
I don't think Rod wants to run again.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, what we have, this is something I thought you would like. Trump removes tariffs on beef, coffee, and other agricultural products. And I know how you're chirping about tariffs on coffee. So,
Yep.
Well, that'll be good news.
yeah.
That is really good news. And so they're already reacting to the news that the tariffs are coming off. So that was a good thing. Prices of coffee came down,
Right on.
but they had gone up quite a bit.
I thought
Yeah.
you said they'd gone up 50% and some of the stuff that's coming
No, the
from
tariffs,
the tariffs
were
were
on
50%.
50%. I
Oh,
think
my.
coffee overall went up 18%.
Ouch. That's a lot.
It was huge, and it was mostly because of it was indirectly because of the tariffs, because it's a commodities market. They have to have, that stuff sitting there, to buy that stuff. And if they can, they're anticipating the tariff to hit.
Mhm.
And so they want the fact that people are responding to that hitting, of course, causes everyone to buy contract, buys up the coffee.
Yeah. So basically, he issued an executive order today removing reciprocal tariffs on coffee, beef, and other agricultural products. Today's order follows the significant progress the president has made in securing more reciprocal terms for our bilateral trade relationships, the White House stated. President Trump's deals have and will continue to have broad impacts on domestic production and the economy as a whole. So he removed the tariffs for products like coffee, tea, tropical fruits, fruit juices, cocoa and spices, beef,
Yep.
and tomatoes.
Hold on.
So all of those things have gone up, but most of the domestic products, the things that are made here, went down. Eggs went down.
Eggs went down.
Yeah, we bought
to
eggs
see.
for $1.99 a dozen the other day.
Oh my goodness, Marty, I'm amazed. We
Mhm.
haven't seen those prices yet. I hope that they get here.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
back to throwing them at people.
yeah, I know. I can go back to egging people again.
Yeah.
But our gas prices here are way higher than what you guys are paying. So, I guess you could be happy about that.
We are happy about that, Marty.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, they have no excuse why that's happening. They cut out the coal plants and coal production. They've cut down the hydro plants. They plan to pull on the rest of them, and their idea of solar and wind has dried up because the president has killed all the grants going to both of those types of projects.
As he should.
Thank
you, President.
Because it's voodoo
Bad juju all the way
stuff.
around.
It's total voodoo nonsense. It's not energy. It's not green energy. It's nonsense. And now they don't have anything to replace the energy they've lost. And of course, has driven up the cost. And we don't have a refinery here in Oregon, which if we did, boy, of course, you'd never get a refinery.
It would have
No,
been
you
closed
could
a
tell
long
it,
time ago.
You'd never get a refinery in Oregon.
But let's talk
But-
about the airplanes that fly over our heads and pollute and drop crap all over our heads.
Nuclear.
31 states have now said no to this constant barrage of aluminum and other heavy metals that's been dropped through our skies. So that's good. So they're heading towards not allowing that anymore. Now, what is that called?
I don't know.
Well, all the trails from
Oh,
the airplane.
chemtrails.
Chemtrails, yes. I'm having a hard
Chemtrails.
time with my vocabulary tonight, Rob. But the chemtrails, and I've been worried about that, and I wanted to protest against the chemtrails here forever. And now it looks like we don't even have to protest because others are doing the same thing and realizing how bad it is for us and that it's just poison dripping down on us. So I'm glad that that's in the news.
Well, that is a good thing. I'm
It
sorry.
is.
I was concentrating. I was trying to get down the commercials, and because it's 9:34, and we still only had where were we at? Five
We're at
signatures.
5.
5 signatures, and
I don't care. We got 5. 5 is good.
5 is good.
I take 500.
I would
but,
take
you know,
500
that would be
too.
good, but 5 is okay.
You ever watch 3H Tree Service?
I do all the time.
Their
I think
videos.
they're very good.
Their videos are getting very
I really
popular.
like them.
Yeah, maybe I should be paying them to advertise on their videos.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah,
They
exactly. Yeah, do an ad for the Rob Taylor report on their 3H Tree Service
Tree
stuff.
service. Yeah.
Drive more people to your show.
I don't think I could afford that. So
Yeah.
let's see, Samantha. Excuse me. What a bush latte. Oh, it's a nice cold bush latte. Yes, that's the it's a whole new drink. It's bush beer, latte flavored.
Really?
No.
What?
That sounds horrible.
Somebody was drinking ice cold bush here the other night. It was just gross, really gross. What's the address to the signing location? So the signing location is 3229 Broadway. It's the corner of Broadway and Newmark.
Yeah.
Here is, let me remove her comment. It says 3229 Broadway Avenue, Suite H, North Bend. And it's actually Suite H or I. And that's our place of our headquarters here. We're right
that's
behind
headquarters.
McDonald's. What'd you say?
Yeah, well, it's in the same mini mall as McDonald's and Breeze Upscale Resale, and there's a bunch of things in there. There's the what is it, El Coyote Mexican restaurant, all sorts of
Century
great stuff.
21 Rentals right there.
Oh yeah, well they're out of business, so no.
Well, they've got the sign still, so
The sign's still up. Yeah, look for the Zion Baptist Church sign because we're religious about gathering signatures.
there you go,
right.
Marty.
And then the other location would be this
Thank you.
is the Sixes River Armory in Bandon. And if you look in the background here, in the behind the flag, the little brown building, well, that is one of your sponsors. That's that's Herbal Choices. So if you're south of town in Bandon and you're going to Herbal Choices or you're going to get a gun, swing by Sixes River Armory, where they have, or will have soon anyway, the petitions for you to sign. So whenever they're open, you can go sign because the owner's there all the time. And the nice thing is it's a gun store, so it's not a lot of people are going to be wandering in and out, and stealing our petitions or anything. So,
and I haven't gotten the petitions out to him. I just talked to him today. And so I will get those petitions out there to him. I shouldn't put that up. That's not his address. I was going to get his address and add it to the list of addresses that they have on the statewide website, because I think that helps us get the word out there. And there were a couple other places. Myrtle Point at the Ag Store, Danessa, she's going to be having her and one of her employees, you have to ask them to sign the petition, just like at the Guns and Ammo store here. You have to ask the gentleman. What's his name again? Do you remember?
I had his business card. I don't have it in front of me, so no, I don't remember. Sorry.
Darn, I just talked to him too.
Yeah.
And so, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say he's real gung ho about doing this kind of stuff. He's basically. I kind of talked to him a couple, so when I was in Bandon, I'd have to drive by that place every day going into and out of town. So I swung by and I said, hey, You seem like you're a patriotic kind of guy selling guns and whatnot. You want to like handle doing signature, petition signature gathering. And he's like, well, tell me what it's about. So I explained it to him. He's like, yeah, I'd be more than happy to do that. Sure. That sounds great.
Cool.
But
Cool.
yeah, I don't have his card on me right now because I did get his card and I do remember, but I don't remember his name off the top of my head because I just suck at that.
And so those are just two of the spots. We're going to have some pop-ups. We'll have a whole list of the pop-ups. On the 22nd, we're going to be doing this big thing where all over the state at the same time, everyone's going to do pop-ups wherever they live. Like at your house, we're going to go to your house and do a pop-up.
I'll check the voter rolls here in California. If I find any Oregonians, I'll swing by and have them sign a petition.
And Michaela is reminding me to tell everybody. Oh, let me put that up. I got that. That's this one right here. Yeah. I have that. Here we go. Let me remove that and then add this. Precinct person.
Ding ding.
This ties into end vote by mail.
Yes.
See how we do that again? We went right. We circled right back around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the whole point of the whole point of the reason we want to end vote by mail is numerous. There's so many reasons why we want to end vote by mail, because it's just, a horrible, horrible thing. But what happens when we do get rid of vote by mail? We want to go back to one day in-person ID mandatory, precinct level polling places like it used to be back in the olden days. Well, to do that, we need precinct committee people. We need people that are on the ground in their precincts that know where a good polling place would be, and the precincts basically break down into, less than 1,000 people or so, or maybe less than 2,000-3,000 people. The whole point is it's local, it's easy to get to. But if we don't have precinct committee people, we don't have people that are invigorating the people of their precinct to get out and do things and help with the elections and help with hand counting and help with running a polling place. So yes, we need PCPs, and there's your QR code that will take you to, I'm assuming, the Secretary of State's website, where all you got to do is fill out your name and, it's the SEL 105. And so you fill out your name, if you don't know your precinct number, you can call the clerk and say, hi, I'm Joe Blow. What's my, I'm registered to vote. What's my precinct number here? Because, I did that one time because I could not vote in the Southwest Oregon Community College election. And I called up and I said, hey, what the heck? I'm in Bandon and I'm in, I should be able to vote for SWAC. And they're like, nope, you're not taxed for it. You're not in the Bandon school district. You're in the 2CJ school district. So, and for some reason they don't get taxed for SWAC, and they sent me my tax bill and I'm like, hey, what do you know? I'm not getting taxed for SWAC. So therefore I can't vote on it. But anyway, getting back to the precinct committee people thing, you can find out what your precinct number is. So you just need your name and your precinct number. You can fill the form out online. It automatically sends it to the county election official. And the next day, or the next business day, you will be set to go. You will be on the ballot to be a PCP in May of next year. And so that's that. That's my PCP rant.
That was a good PCP rant.
And we need PCPs because the Republican Party has a great opportunity right now with Trump in office to grow, bring our conservative message forward. So we need to grow the party now. There's no reason for us to take second seat in the state of Oregon. We need to push as hard as we can right away.
Let's see here. That was brought.
Yeah, I was going to say another thing I'd like to add to this is that, we were talking about hand counting and returning to hand counting and that kind of thing. So Coos Integrity is going to have a hand counting session at the headquarters this coming Monday the 17th at 9:30 a.m. So that's once again 3229 Broadway, Suite H, North Bend. And so there'll be demonstrations on how easy it is to do hand counting, brought to you by Coos Integrity. Want more information? Go to coosintegrity.com.
All right. And you guys can watch people get signatures.
Exactly. And
Well,
everybody
you
that
won't
comes
be
to do hand, yeah, well, and everybody that comes to do hand counting can also sign. So it's a multitasking kind of day on Monday.
There you go.
And Samantha Frost says, yay, way to get on it. We're getting on it. We are happening. Hand counting. People think it's a crazy idea that it's something that just won't work, especially in this day and age. We're so used to all these machines doing the work for us and stuff. We're getting really lazy, and we just boy, where was I going with this?
That, you know,
you're
we
getting
think
kinda
it's
lazy.
impossible to do things by hand in one day, but by the way, it's possible.
So
We can
that's
count
where I was
those.
going.
It's not that hard. There's a specific system that's been taught around the state, and we've had numerous sessions that have been taught. We can do this, and
Yeah.
it's so much more important to do an accurate election.
Yeah.
We've proven that other countries are affecting our election, and we can't afford even one vote to be changed. Not one. They all matter. So the only way that we can ensure it's right is if we count them locally and we vote in person with identification, and everything is done in precinct, hand counted, and the vote is made in one day. You can't tell me that it's all right to give a week to someone to count the votes.
Right.
There's always going to be something that's not going to be right about that week, and we just don't need to have it.
Well,
Let's
no, and
eliminate it.
they're
Make it-
even looking at the Supreme Court eliminating the ballots that come in after the election day. That's
Right,
wrong. It's totally
right.
wrong.
right. It's
But
totally wrong.
you going to your point of we can do it. We can count these ballots in one day and
Mhm.
by hand. We've done a recount. I've been involved with 2 different recounts in Coos County. And that's how you count a recount. You go in there, you get ballots, and then one set of ballots goes to one group, another set goes to another group, and then there's 2 other people who validate the first group's numbers, and
Right.
they have to add up. And if they don't add up, guess what? You have to count
Do
it again.
Yeah.
And there's a few times where we had to count it again, but
Yeah.
you don't want to be there, so you get really good. You get really good
Be
at
accurate,
counting.
yeah.
And so it can be done, and it brings, I think there's a nobility to going in there, doing it by hand, and not, why everything's on the phone. You know what I mean? We shouldn't be voting. That's going to be the next thing. And I hear kids say that we need to
No.
be voting on the phone. And I'm
No,
thinking,
that's
God, if
there's
they
way
could
too
cheat so
much.
good on
No,
on
no.
yeah, if they could cheat so well on mail-in ballots, could you imagine what they're going to do when we're voting
Oh
on
my
phone?
God, yes. I can tell you 100 ways I can hack your phone from here. And speaking of
Don't have my phone, Marty.
speaking of ballots counted after the election was over, hey, we're doing Vaughn v. Loomis. Yes, Dan Loomis, another great county clerk in the state of Oregon, except this one's for Douglas County. So I'm liking the whole Supreme Court thing, saying we're striking down the whole ballots counted after election day thing, because that would be a great impact on the Vaughn Loomis case, because the whole election changed. At the end of the election, Vaughn was leading by 230 some odd votes. 8
Right.
days later, they had a complete blackout on election updates. 8 days later, all of a sudden, his opponent won.
Yeah, of course.
And now they won't give us any election data. So we can't, we're like, well, we'd like to see why there was a 500 vote shift and why all the ballots that came in after the election, a large percentage of them were for the opponent. Why did
Right.
that happen? We want to
Now,
see the
isn't
cast
that the
vote records.
same?
We want to see the ballots. We want to see the cast vote records. We want to see, all this stuff. And they're like, no. And we're like, okay, see you in court. So that's what's going on with that.
Now, Dan Loomis, isn't he the county clerk that went to the retirement community and bought votes with root beer floats?
Votes for floats.
Votes
Yes.
for floats.
Votes for floats.
It's just amazing
yeah,
to me that what the things they do in Douglas County is just frightening. I don't even want to go there. I say no.
Isn't it neat how though we've created these new euphemisms through our experiences? We've got Tuttle tokens,
Total tokens.
and now floats for votes. I mean, it's real. Well, I don't know. I couldn't come up with much more creative stuff if they didn't do all this crazy shit on politics. It's wild. People go votes for floats. Well, that's what they did.
That's exactly what they did.
And
Me and
I'm not making
DBS,
this
there you
up. Just
go.
look at their
Look
invitation.
at their votes
we're gonna,
one way or
we're gonna
another.
go
Come
to
on.
a
Bring
senior
your floats.
center
Look
and
at the votes.
give them
And we've
ballot harvesting for floats, man.
All you have to do. Here, I'll
Yeah,
go
we've
to
been-
the- Will you sign this? Yes, I will. Okay, good.
Yeah, we've been flailing the voter rolls. I got the Dr. Frank data, got the merge file, got everything for like the last 5 years. And we've been narrowing it down, trying to find suspects and suspicious people. A lot of canvassing's going on. We're finding very interesting things. And it's just, we're kind of hoping, and I'm lining up all these experts that'll hopefully show up to look at this data, because there's a protective order that says when they release the data, only certain people can look at it, and it has to be under a protective order from the judge. And basically what happens is the judge has to vet that the person looking at the data isn't just some schmuck. You got to have some sort of expertise in computer and electronic files and elections and stuff. So we're getting people like Dr. Frank, and we're getting people like, the Lone Raccoon, Jeff O'Donnell, and we're getting, I keep trying to track down Data Republican. Her handler said, yeah, she's really interested in doing this, but they haven't signed the protective order yet. So right now it's just, people saying, yeah, okay. So it's just, we're trying to flood the field with like all these nationally known experts, so that when, we do get the data, we can just meticulously tear it apart and rip them a new one. And then the whole idea is that, we're getting a lot of attention on this. And if we can get, like with the Judicial Watch lawsuit, the DOJ and the civil rights attorneys at the DOJ have already said, if Judicial Watch settles, we don't care, because we're going to go after you anyway. So, I mean, that's a positive thing. And we're kind of hoping that we'll come up on the radar, so that they will go, hey, you know what would be a great example case nationally would be this Vaughn Loomis thing. So hopefully, fingers crossed, legs crossed.
And Samantha says, meanwhile, Dan's attorney is asking for private conversations between Ben and all these election experts. Michaela and I were even on that list.
Yeah, my name was on that list, but they basically said, we want every single conversation Ben has had. And then there was like a laundry list of like 80 people, and they spelled my name wrong. And I'm like, I don't know who this guy is, but I think we definitely got to check that jerk out. But yeah, Ben, it's too broad. It's going to get tossed out. I mean, there's absolutely no way you can do that. Tell me everything you've ever talked to, every person you've ever talked to in the last 5 years. Sure.
Yeah. So I got to talk about 3H Tree Service, because
we're back to 3H Tree. Yeah.
They're the best sponsors ever. 541-294-1800. Once again, that's 541-294-1800. They do a great job. They come in, they take out those trees, leave you a beautiful view. You've got a liability because you got trees that are overgrown and have their branches hanging over your eaves and all that good stuff. Well, guess what? They can come in, they'll take it out, and you won't even know that they've been there. They do it with surgical precision, I tell you. And Matt is a licensed arborist, and don't ask me to say that 3 times over. But 3H Tree Service, it's good to call out their name if you need help. 541-294-1800, and check out their Facebook page for all their videos. They got those cool videos, very cool stuff.
And for the longest time, they used to do, where's 3H Tree Service? And if you could
I love that.
Yeah, if you could figure out where they were, they would actually give you cash money for finding them. And I'm like, yeah, what a great guy.
What a great guy. They still are doing that. They just haven't been able to do it in a while because they're logging. I think they would.
Yeah, they're logging and they're doing, as opposed to cutting down 1 or 2 trees, they're doing logging, and they're kind of out in the middle of nowhere. And it's like, yeah, they don't want you showing up at a logging site.
You might get shot, Yeah.
So, and then there's Tom and Gigs. You're not going to get shot there, but if you need auto repairs, Tom and Gigs is the place to go. Established in 1969, they're out on 135 South Shoneman Street in Coos Bay, actually kind of Empire. The number is 541-888-4660. That's Tom and Gigs. Not only can they repair your car and get you some cool stuff for your car or truck, but they have RC cars and trucks as well. So you can get lift kits, performance accessories, and, well, they don't have the surfer guy anymore, but these are the kind of things you could get. They have RC cars that are much larger than the RC cars I had when I was a kid. You could practically get your cat to ride around in these things, or maybe a Chihuahua. But yeah, so you look at that and you go, well, that looks kind of big. And then you see somebody holding it, and it's like, man, that's huge.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's a big car. Yeah. And they got planes, and they got Herocopters, and they got Tannerite, and you have to be 18 years or older to purchase it. That's
I think we're lucky to have that store. It's the best hobby shop on the coast. I mean, it's magnificent.
So Mary was here. Mary Murphy was here.
Yeah.
When was it? The day before yesterday. And she had come in for a while, and we were just sitting here, and she said, well, I got to go. I'm going over to Tom and Gigs to get my car worked on. And so I thought that was cool.
They're great.
They're
great. I trust them. They're wonderful people. That's all there is to it. Wonderful people.
Herbal Choices.
Herbal Choices.
Yeah, you got to be 18 to get Tannerite. You got to be 18 to get Tannerite, but you got to be 21 to get Herbal Choice products.
Herbal Choices.
There you go.
My wife was saying that they were outlawing something federally, THC products or something. And I said, no way. There's no way they're going to do that.
I haven't. I saw a rumor to that effect, but I couldn't track it down and find a reliable source. So I'm just thinking, whatever. Moving on.
Yeah, I mean, it's Oregon would ignore it anyway. We're a sanctuary street for every other state for every other kind. Sanctuary street.
There we go.
Sanctuary street. It was like Sesame Street, but
Here
for
we are in Sanctuary
Mexicans
Street.
and lots of drugs. And
I'm Oscar the
Anything you want.
Grouch.
Come on down.
I'm Oscar the Grouch on Sanctuary Street. Give me some drugs.
Sanctuary Street. Wouldn't you like to be
to Sanctuary Street?
Sanctuary Street.
Yeah. Sunny day. On Sanctuary Street. Hey, Julio. Hey. Oh, God, that was funny. Herbal Choices, going back to stuff.
And now back to our regularly scheduled advertisement. Herbal Choices. It's 5 convenient locations.
And remember, you cannot, it's against the law to drive or operate heavy machinery under the influence of this drug, and it is a drug. And so, but they do have 5 locations. They have one in Charleston, one in Coos Bay, one in Bandon, one in North Bend, and one in Reedsport. And they're all very well lit stores with good bud tenders who are very knowledgeable about their products. I highly recommend it. And since
that Coos Bay store has got the weirdest darn parking lot, though. I'll give you that.
That's a weird parking lot. That is a strange one.
Stuck with that parking lot.
I make it work.
It works. It is weird.
And of course, I'm selling abstinence. You got too much fentanyl? I've got the cure, abstinence.
That's all you need. There you
I'm
go.
selling it. I'm going to package it in a bottle.
Yeah.
And I'm going to sell it in stores, abstinence. And so when you see people on the street and they're ODing, going, oh, I got the cure. Some abstinence, that would help you out.
That's all you need.
Can for you, pal, but I got a bottle of abstinence here.
I got a bottle of abstinence. This will help you out later on because, some of them can survive. And if they survive, well, then here's the actual cure. Just take some abstinence. And so I'm selling that, you spend all your money on weed. Well, don't bitch. try some abstinence. I mean, I hope the wheat store doesn't get mad at me because my product, it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge.
Way to do a follow-up on the Herbal Choices ad. Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, don't buy too much. Yeah, I'm sure.
Don't buy too much.
Loves that.
Abstinence, but it works for everything. In America, they've got drugs now for people who are overweight, and it's like, well, we want the quick answer now. You know what I mean?
Make your stomach line die. What's the problem? You lost weight. What do you want? You said you want to lose weight. I give that to you, and you want your stomach lining. Everything. You want everything. I just don't know.
Abstinence.
Don't mind all those things. Don't mind all the side effects of Ozempic. It will, it'll make you lose weight, but then again, it'll also kill you. But you know what? You'll be a really good looking corpse. So
I don't want to shame anyone who has to take weight loss drugs, because there are reasons that there are people who are overweight because of medical reasons and genetic reasons. And we shouldn't be too down on them, but there's a lot of us, and I'm one of them. I'm sitting here and I'm overweight, and it's like abstinence. If I stopped, I'll guarantee you tonight, I'll be in the cookie jar at home at some point in time when I'm, going to bed. So how about you, Marty? What are you going to abstain from? A little abstinence. I could sell you some in a bottle, $39.95. It smells really good.
Can I get a couple of crates of abstinence? I want to overdose on abstinence.
Yep. I'm selling it. They're buying it. I'm telling you, it's going to be good. Oregon Firearms Federation. You like your guns?
We like off.
Yeah,
yes, we do.
Guns. Oregon Firearms Federation, the only no compromise gun group in Oregon. OregonFirearms.org. Man, Kevin has been on fire. He's his last couple of newsletters. You got to go to OregonFirearms.org. You got to sign up for his newsletter. And when he sends those out, open those up first, because those kick ass. I mean, he is so
wonderful.
Good. He's great.
He is amazing. And we are so lucky. If we didn't have Kevin Sterrett in this state, we would have no guns. We would be just like Chicago without Kevin. He is the only person that's standing between us and having no guns in this state. And I hope that he's taking care of himself.
I get so mad. This is
smartest and got it down.
He's part of the problem that has been caused in the Republican Party, because he criticizes them, and rightfully so, for the things that they screw up on. Right. And of course, they demonize him instead of taking the criticism
and correcting
it. Right. No, they demonize Kevin Sterrett when he is right on the money every single time. He nails it every single time, and they just demonize the hell out of him. And it just infuriates me that this guy has done more, like you said, to protect our Second Amendment rights than any single politician in Oregon. Hands down, Kevin Sterrett is the man.
He's the man. He's the man.
Jeez. I ranted there. That was ranting.
That was a good rant, though. But that's well worth it, because, they're constantly putting forth bills that are unconstitutional against the Second Amendment. And I don't know how Kevin comes up with all the money to fight those lawsuits, because it takes an army, and all by himself. And he still has a good attitude about it. I don't know if I could ever go through what he's gone through in the last 5 years.
When I got to have him on debating David Brock Smith, that was the funnest time. I mean, Kevin was so cool and calm and just kept nailing him one bill after, and that's all he did. So did I tell you about this story?
I know, and I want to hear this story.
Oh, this is a great one. So David Brock Smith made a comment against Kevin, who was criticizing them for letting a bad gun bill go through, which the Republicans did. They allowed a bad gun bill to go through. And David Brock Smith criticized Kevin, basically calling him names and stuff. And I got on there and I said, David, he challenged him to a debate. I bet he wouldn't debate me. And I said, you want to take that bet? I said, I think Kevin would debate you in a heartbeat.
Kevin will debate anybody.
And I sent it over to Kevin, and Kevin responded, I'll debate you anytime, anywhere, fat boy. I think I have it. I kept that somewhere. It was great. And I
That's
posted
Kevin.
that on
That's Kevin
Facebook,
right
and he's
there.
all, yeah, it was great. I'll debate you anywhere, fat boy. And I could see David getting all upset the
Face
way
is
he
bright
does, the
red.
face bright red.
And
and all
shaky
that
hands,
stuff.
shaky hands
Yeah,
going
okay,
on. Yeah,
oopal.
you got it.
And so he was, he got back, of course, because, I'd gotten to him, you know what I mean? I kind of shamed him into it. And he says,
Yeah.
all right, I'll come on. And it was like, I don't know, an hour before he calls me up. He says, Rob, I make a lot of votes on a lot of bills, so I don't want to talk about my voting record in this debate. And I go, well,
that's what you are.
What the hell
You're
are
a
we going to talk
politician.
about, Dave?
We're going to talk about your cookies.
The price of tea in China?
Yeah,
Were you getting
no,
any
no.
kickbacks from that? Because I didn't know anything about that at the time.
No, we weren't going to talk about that. Although we would now.
But we would now. And so Kevin Starrett, that's exactly what Dave knew, is that Kevin was going to target him analytically on every single bill that he voted for. And I should replay that.
I think you should replay
that would
now.
be great. I need
At
to
a
get
meeting,
that. Yeah.
and then on the air too. Put it on Facebook.
I love it. And so Kevin, just one bill after another. Dave, what about this? Dave, you want me to keep going, Dave? And at one point, he accused him of being a sexist or a homophobic or something. And Kevin, as cool as cucumber, says, oh, nice try, Dave. Now you're using the tactics of the left. And then how about this bill? It was just one after another. And Dave just couldn't. I can't remember that one. I can't answer to this. He sounded like a bumbling idiot. And
They do.
we should have known then.
It sounded just like Dick Anderson when he came in and you
Yeah.
told him, I'm against your vote on this. I'm against your vote on that. And why did you vote on this? And he says, thank you. It was a question. The answer to a question is not thank you. Yeah.
Oh, I thought I had that video. I was going to play it, but I must have expunged that. Band and Gun Club, they are not my sponsors, but I do like to recommend them because anyone who has a firearm should know how to use it. And you can find out more at bandandgunclub.org if you live in the Bandon area. And if you live in Coos County and you have a rifle and you want to sight in the telescope, Taiga Sports Park is the place for you at taigasportspark.org. They're a volunteer-oriented organization, so you have to find out if someone's actually going to be there before you go there because they may not be open.
Yeah.
So go to taigasportspark.org. Am I saying that? Tioga.
There you go. Tioga.
Isn't that the sound, one of those old 20s vehicles? Tioga. Tioga.
The 1929 Ford Horn. Tioga.
See, remember, Marty, anything sounds
There you
different,
go.
right?
That was good.
Good job, Marty.
Coos County Neighborhood Watch. And man, I'll tell you what, this group just freaking rocks. Samuel Adams, who's one of the pioneer founders of Coos County Neighborhood Watch. So am I, yours truly.
Yeah.
And of course, you know who is the brainchild of Matt Wilbanks.
We love Matt.
Love Matt. And so he watches this from afar.
Hi, Matt.
So yeah, Coos County Neighborhood Watch has gotten really interesting because there's been a lot of campsites, homeless sites on the road to Charleston from Empire. What's that road, that highway that goes to Charleston from Empire? And there's a lot of campsites out there. Did you see all the trash? I mean, it was just nasty, disgusting trash. And these people have to be using the restroom out there.
Anywhere.
It's so gross,
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, how disgusting. And so he had all this video on there and he puts it to music now. I mean, it's just to the point why not? And so
I think
puts it to
you get
music.
more views if you have a little tune with it.
And so he puts this on Coos County Neighborhood Watch, and it's once again, it shames the city into hopefully taking action on this. I've heard in Bandon that they had cleared out, ODOT had cleared out on both sides of Highway 101, north of Bandon, there were people camping out on each side of the highway. And so ODOT came in, cleared them out, and now they're back again. So, and I chased one out of my neighborhood. And you guys would have loved it.
We
I'll
have them
show
in
you
our
the
neighborhood
video.
too. You know, around through the
Cape
trees.
Arago
It's easy
Highway.
to do.
Cape Arago Highway.
Well, see, there you go.
That's the name of the highway. So on one of the sides of the highway, there's a lot of camping, illegal camping. And Coos County Citizen Council, you might be able to see those videos, the whole video on this broad podcast done by Chris Castleman. He's good buddies with Samuel Adams, and he'll probably play those videos. It should be really cool. They do a lot of that. Yeah, I think I'm done with that. See, wow, I did all that.
Yeah. What do you know? And we're like 2 hours and 9 minutes into it. So,
well, you know.
well, it's a good thing. I mean, sometimes we don't need to drag it out to 3 hours. We can go, hey,
No.
clean, concise, and get her done, because you guys are going to be back at 8:00 tomorrow morning in the same freaking room.
Yeah. 8 o'clock tomorrow. I gotta go.
It's 10 o'clock, which
So-
means by the time you get home, it'll be 11, which means by the time you get to bed, it'll be midnight, which means you got to get 6 hours of sleep so you can turn around and come back up to the HQ to.
Yeah, Marty makes it really romantic, doesn't he?
Yep.
Thanks, Marty.
I think it's time to go. So you made a good point. And I
Good
want to
point,
thank
Marty.
the people who did show up and sign. Diane, I want to
Thank
thank you for coming
you.
and sitting
Yes.
here with me.
Of course.
And we
Rob.
will be here tomorrow from 9 o'clock to 8 o'clock, right?
8 o'clock to 11.
Damn, that's early. That's early.
I
might
told
not be
Chris
here till
9. I told Chris, don't even think about it. It's terrible. I'm not going to be here at 8.
Okay.
I'll be here at 9. Chris will
Okay.
be here at 8. And anybody that wants to come in at 8 can come in here and talk to Chris at 8. We'll be here at 9.
Wow, it's going to be a long day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Gee, don't you wish you were here, Marty? You could be joining us with this.
Well, we could be carpooling.
Yeah, we could
And
be
that's always
carpooling.
fun, huh?
Less chance to blow a tire if I'm carpooling.
Oh yeah, Diane needs both of us sleeping on her couch. That's it.
Yeah. The one time we didn't carpool is the one time I blew a tire. So
See?
Yeah. I would have
There
called
you
my
go.
wife.
now I have 4
His
brand
wife
new
was on a
tires.
plane. He could do nothing.
He could do nothing. Yeah.
And so he's trying to tell everybody what's going on, saying Diane's on a plane and I'm staying at Diane's house. And they're like, what?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he first told me, it was like if I didn't know the story, that would have been totally confusing. It would have
It
been.
was.
Diane was on the plane. Wait a minute, who's on first?
Exactly. That was just
That's
the way
that's
it
why I
was.
always have
man.
to drop back to the Diane, and then there's Diane, and then there's Mrs.
Yeah.
Marty.
That's it.
That's right.
All righty, shoot. Is there
Mrs.
anything you'd
Marty
like
was
to
on the
say?
plane.
You know, I'm just so impressed by the gift of this
Yeah.
headquarters and what it's going to mean to the conservative people of Coos County if they'll take advantage of it.
Yeah.
You know, when you have the opportunity to have a place to meet, discuss with people how we can make this county better, it's really important. And I hope that people on the Democrat side see that this is not just a Republican area. We want you to come over. We want to talk to you. We
Mhm.
want to find that common ground. That's the most important thing that we can do right now in America is find that common ground and figure out how we're going to go forward. Because President Trump is making a lot of changes that can affect us all in maybe, and change is difficult. It is. It's always difficult and people will stand up against it. But I think the majority of these changes that he's bringing in are actually going to be very, very good for us. And that embracing some of these changes, it just needs to happen for our children. So,
I've got a really big table.
mhm,
It's about the size of that ping pong table in the back room here.
right.
But it's a fold out table like the table back over here. And this looks so much like a church, the way it's set up now, you know what I mean? And I thought
I've
maybe
set up- well, the chairs came from Restoration
From a
Worship
church.
Center.
There you go.
Came from a church. Why does it look like a church?
and then we got the church sign above us. And so it's like I've been
We're thoroughly
waiting.
blessed.
They're going to come here and they're going to go see Rob is at the Church of Trump and he's
There
the
you go.
head grand wizard of the Church,
my
Church
gosh.
of Trump. And
Rob is the minister or the pastor.
so
There you go.
I think I'm going to bring that table and put the chairs around it and make it more
Boardroom like, meeting room
boardroom
like.
like maybe.
Yeah,
Well,
meeting
sometimes
room,
that's not a bad
boardroom.
idea.
Less,
Yeah.
maybe make it look like a soup kitchen. I don't know, anything, but
Well, it would look like a boardroom because this is a nice it's a nice table and it would look like something that you would have in a boardroom for a boardroom meeting.
okay.
Well, bring it down, Rob.
Bring
Yeah.
it down.
I think I
You know,
will.
the funny thing is, though, this building is huge
Yeah.
this way.
Yeah.
So a regular table will shrink.
And it's and so it's rectangle. So that's why I was thinking
Well,
it would
I
be
think
good in
it will
here.
probably be good, much better than the desks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. This is really nice. And I appreciate everything Danessa has done.
Janessa rocks.
She
has done a
does.
great
She
job.
has brought everything down. It looks really good in here, and it's plenty comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like we just have an empty room. Come on down, bring your own folding chair. It's not that way. And
No,
what
it
I
worked
really
out
like
so
is that the
well.
parking is easy. You're not on the incline like this.
Yeah.
I would fall out of my car. It was just like, I don't even know how some of the older people were able to get in.
Yeah.
You know, it was just so dangerous.
I went there once and it was so unappealing that I didn't ever want to go there again. It was like I couldn't find a parking spot and I had to go park up a hill or something.
Yeah.
It was crazy and walk down. It was like nobody wants to be meeting here. And so
And nobody did.
and
14
nobody did.
people. Every
Yeah.
time I'd count it out, it's like you got 14 people in a county of 40,000. I think this can be a fail.
we had at least 14 people here the other night.
We have
So,
we
yeah.
have 14 people here without even trying.
Yeah.
You know, if we actually call people, we can get 50 people in
Yeah.
half an hour.
Yeah.
So, you know, but that's the difference between people that are active in the community and trying to make a real difference and those who have given up. And, you know, rather than, I don't want to criticize anymore. I'm tired of it. I just want them to put down the daggers and realize that they've got a lot of people that want to have a piece of this action. It does not belong to them.
Right.
It's not your party, Michael. You don't own it. It's a sharing situation, and that it's a board. It has to be run by the members. And if you don't do it that way, you look like a foolish little child. And that's basically what I think the whole thing boils down to, is that you can't be selfish. You know, when you're in a nonprofit situation, you have to get the group. The group's consensus is what happens.
All the meetings, Marty, you have to agree that all the meetings have been so much nicer. Well, you hadn't been to any of the Republican crazy meetings, so
No,
you really
I
can't
didn't get
compare.
a chance to go to the. I didn't get a chance to go to the Cozy Kitchen Beatdown meeting because I was hanging out at the booth. Somebody had to stay at the booth, so I got stuck behind.
Right.
And I was like, "Damn, I missed a great Donnybrook." Urgh.
Yeah, well, you know.
I don't want to go to his meetings. They're no
well,
fun.
They're no
They're not.
fun. And
He
the
doesn't
only
have
reason-
anything to bring to the table. He
Well,
just-
you have to go because you're a PCP, and now it's like it's
well,
down
I
to
have
the
to
point.
vote because, you know, I see what he's doing. He's jealous of Chris. Chris is smarter than he is. He runs circles around Michael.
I know.
And Chris can bring people to the group, and he's active, and he's going out there doing things that Michael could never do in a million years.
I
you
haven't
know?
seen this type of activity
Ever,
in years.
ever.
In
And
years.
As far as this organization is concerned, it's the time. We
Yeah.
need him in that position.
Now.
We need it
Now.
now so we can grow and really do a fabulous job.
Yeah.
And, you know, Rod set Michael up for this. It's
Yeah.
not Michael's fault. He doesn't have the personality to be a chair of any organization, and Rod should have known better. And I really feel like he's abused him to put him in that position. And as far as the recall is concerned, they want everybody to call in about things they saw Danessa and Chris do. I don't play games like that. You know, I think they should have actually just kept working together.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying, oh, we're going to recall them and get them out of our club because it's just our club.
Right.
But Dinesa's family has paid for the Republican Party to be in Coos County for 10 years. And what is the idea of her blocking funds to the North Bend School District because she didn't write a check for Mary? We don't have the right to judge those type of things.
No,
that
she
is
has the
her
right
money.
to
She can do
decide
what she
what
wants.
with it.
And for them to
Right.
even put that in, it is like, who do you think
you
you
are?
are? You don't control other people's money.
Right.
You should be grateful
Yeah.
for what you have received and the great job that they've done giving you money. They've gotten a lot of candidates elected that
Yep.
Rod Schilling brought to them. He's given them big checks. And, you know, he should have appreciated the time he had. And what happened?
Yeah.
Instead of trying to say, this is mine, he's destroying everything.
Yeah.
And
well,
he'll burn the whole thing down rather than give up his power. And that's too bad. But he doesn't have any power. That's the problem he doesn't see already. He has no power.
so listen to this. This is Michaela Hammerson. I support Chris Castleman for chair. Wow, Coos County could be incredible, a force to be reckoned with.
Yep,
And
I agree. I agree.
He should be chair.
Yeah.
Well, we definitely can't have Michael because
No.
he can't even answer an email. If you have a chair that can't answer an email, you have no chair. He's got to step down. That's all there is.
I don't get the whole, when you are in that position, you
How hard is
answer
it to
people
say,
back.
Here
Yeah.
you go.
And
Here's your answer.
And there's conversations that are hard to have. Unfortunately, you have to have them.
You have to have
You
them.
took that position. You have to have the hard
And
conversation.
even
You can't
if
shut
it
down.
is a carbon copy, write it once, but copy it out to everybody, that's fine too. But you can't just choose not to communicate at all. That's not okay.
Yeah.
Especially in a political arena. You know, as he says, politics is a blood game. Where's your blood game, Michael?
Yeah,
Where's your blood
bring
game?
it.
Bring it. He
Well-
couldn't even tell me how a PCP is supposed to be put forth to him to be accepted. I said, what is your process? Explain to me what your process is. He could not answer me. That's not a leader. That's a joke. You know, and I'll probably get kicked out of the Republican Party. Oh, she said this. Yes, I did say that. And I
Yeah.
think that there's improvement. And if we don't have free speech, which is exactly what they're treading on the Constitution of the United States
Right.
of America, believe you me, Rod Schilling, we do understand. Under the Bill of Rights, we have the right to disagree with you and not get
That's-
thrown out.
That's why I want as many PCPs, and I don't care if I especially don't want them to know me or I know them. I want them to be as partial,
Diverse as
impartial.
possible.
Yeah, and diverse as possible, because I think our arguments are better than any of their arguments. And once people hear that, they're always going to vote for the right thing. And
If
that's
they
the
agree.
problem.
If they
We
agree.
don't have enough people in PCPs there to do that, but that'll change. We're going off, and I want to get the hell out of here because I want to go home. So,
Okay.
Marty, it was good seeing you.
Good seeing
Diane,
the
it
both
was
of you.
good seeing you.
I wish I was there so I could have a free soda and maybe some flaming hot Funyuns.
Some flaming hot Funyuns. We still got some left for you. I'll save them. Don't worry.
Good
All right,
night,
man.
Marty.
Not
All
that
right,
they ever
you
go
all-
bad, so yeah, why not?
Until next time, carry on, Coos County. Carry on.